Yeah, big fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. What's up with y'all, man? Yo, I'ma obviously get to the topic of the show, Mikel Brown Jr. You know what I mean? How I think he could be the alpha of this team. But yeah, man. I seen just content. Enos Cantor. He had came out and he had said, and we was talking about this on the Starter Pie episode before. So I wanted to bring it up. And we was talking about how a man not supposed to play in the league with women, and the women not supposed to play in the league. It was more the conversation of WNBA players shouldn't come to the NBA, right? And I think it led to this conversation about, you know, the other way around. And the other way around just sound ridiculous. Enos Cantor is somebody that's, you know what I mean? He's a huge guy as far as contrasting it to a WNBA player. Like, he will be running, putting numbers up like Aja Wilson. You know what I'm saying? He's an Aja Wilson type player. You know what I mean? What up, Marley Marl? What up, King Jordan? What up, Leaf? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to Leaf in the chat early. Gotta hit Leaf with the link. Word. Shout out to all y'all, man. All y'all members in the chat, man. I'm throwing a link out for all y'all, man. Shout out to all y'all. Yeah, shout out to Mike. You know what I mean? Shout out to all y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I think that Mikel Brown Jr. he could be an alpha. We could get to that. But I just wanted to say that about Enos Cantor going to the WNBA. Like, that's crazy, bro. You're not supposed to think that's a good thing for you to do. You know what I mean? Like, you should know already. What up, John?
What's going on, Beans?
Yeah, I don't like that Enos Cantor is playing on the word game and the contracts. He read the guidelines and he said he don't want nobody to think that he's not taking it serious. You're not taking it serious. You're not supposed to be putting yourself in a situation where you're supposed to be competitive with women and think you're doing something revolutionary. You ain't doing shit revolutionary, for one. For two, you wasting everybody's time. Huh? I'm gonna make content because that's what I do. I'm a content creator. You know what I mean? But it is no content that I'll create content. And this is just me coming out saying that I disagree with the notion that you should be playing in the WA. I don't see the relevance of you doing this. I don't see the point you trying to prove. All you do is have a word salad for how you got through because the way the contracts are worded for the WNBA, you is able to finagle your way through, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't support it, and be good enough to play with in a different league with men. I don't even care if it's the NBA. It could be any different league. They got players that's not good enough to play in the league, but they play across your Euro leagues. They play in Spain. They play in different places. They got different places you can play. You could play maybe from your national team. There's different places you could go and play basketball. All the places that you want to choose. You want to choose the WNBA. I cannot respect that. How does you say your name is freedom? How are you giving the competition freedom when they gotta play a man? They got their own league just so they could be verse each other. Now they heating up, they warming up. Why you ain't jump in the mix when they was cold? Now that they growing and having a bigger fan base, you want to jump in and try to steal a shine. I don't like it. I don't see how you helping the league by doing this at all. It's nasty work. I just it don't make no sense. And you act like you sincere. You ain't nothing sincere about it.
Yeah, let's just say Enes Kanter, that guy, I think he kind of lost his chance to come back to the NBA because of that whole thing. He took a stance against China. And let's remember, the NBA and China are very friendly. So by then, he already kicked himself out the league. This stuff with WNBA, I know there's a trans a woman that wants to come to the W Women's NBA, and he's now taking a stand saying, "Well, if that person can play in the NBA, why can't I? Because you allow biological males to now play in WA." He's just trying to do something political. But this is my point. Like, you have to keep basketball and politics separate from each other. You try to intermingle those things. It's a messy crap show. And it's for Ennis Cancer. He doesn't know how to discipline himself. He thinks doing the crazy bull crap is what's going to get him viewership. And I don't think that's the fair way to go about this. Like, I understand he's trying to prove a point, but there are better points to prove than just trying to be a jerk about it. Because clearly he's not coming to the W Women's NBA. That shouldn't be happening whatsoever. It's for the women, and we have a lot of great women stars in the NBA. Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, AJ Wilson, Stewie. Like, come on.
Paige Becker's playing right now.
Yeah, so like that's just a crap show thing. But just to talk about your main topic, listen, Mikel Brown has had a good summer. He's got himself acquainted with the Brooklyn Nets media, with the Brooklyn base, with Diego Dioman. That brotherhood, that friendship that's being built is so crucial right now. And honestly, I keep saying this, Breeze. I see this as Mikel and Diego's team. They can both be alphas and all right on this team. But what I'm seeing is them focusing on being a solid machine duo together. Like, Mikel is obviously going to do a lot of the playmaking. Diego's do a lot of scoring, but together they can do a lot of both together. So for me, I don't see this as one guy being the alpha of the other. This is the aura bro era we're in right now. As the success of this season is going to depend a lot on Michael and Diego building a great chemistry. And to me, that is the most exciting storyline to watch.
Where did that nickname come from?
I think Diego created
But
it. I think Diego created it, or Michael. One of them mentioned it, I know recently. And they said it just kind of stuck with him. I don't mind it. I mean, Kelgore, we try to put that one over, but Aura Bros, I like that. I like it. I know some people don't, but for me, I like that one. I think that one can stick.
shout out to Jay. Again, like I said, this conversation came from an episode of Stir the Pot. Shout out to Mike for joining the panel. But Jay, talk to us again. This is a man trying to go to the WNBA. Did you see that content yet? I could pull it up for you if you haven't seen it.
No, I did not see any of this. It sounds crazy to me.
It
Okay,
is.
I got you. I got you. All right. So for the for not for the entertainment value of it, but for the sake of the conversation, we're gonna watch this guy talk about. Look at him, hands folded and shit. Man, fuck out of here.
Who you are
Look
is
at
all
this.
that's After careful consideration and reviewing the current eligibility guidelines, I am officially declaring myself a WNBA prospect. If simply declaring who you are is all that's required, then I meet every single requirement necessary to compete in the WNBA. My team and I have carefully examined the WNBA's eligibility criteria and governing framework surrounding self identification and inclusion. Based on the current guidelines, I can and am officially declaring my eligibility for the upcoming WNBA draft in May 2027. I am definitely not here to mock, make fun of, or disrespect any community or personal choices. I am simply asking that the current rules be applied equally to everyone. The rules that represent the very values many WNBA players and coaches have publicly advocated for. My team and I are prepared to ensure these guidelines are applied equally, consistently, and without exception. And I look forward to WNBA honoring its stated principles. Sophia Training.
Enough.
Well,
Terrible. What you think about that, Jay?
I'm not just trying to be a little contrarian here, but if his team and them have reviewed the rules, and if the rules say what he said they say, uh, I don't know. Like, if the rules say,
I know.
who said I know?
Mike.
Yeah,
Am I?
it's a little echo. Somebody got an echo.
Hold on. I'm gonna go out, come back in.
Nah, it's good now.
Yeah, you good. You
Alright.
good.
But
So
yeah,
yeah,
what you gonna say, Mike?
I mean I don't really watch the WNBA as it is, but quite honestly, bro, if that happened, like I'm I was never started, but I'm just officially done. Like that's weird as hell. Like this is he's doing exactly what he said he wasn't trying to do. He's going to mock the league.
It
Like
is
what we
kind of a
doing right now.
mockery.
I just
It,
don't.
it,
Right.
it is
I
kind
don't
of a
understand how we got
mockery,
a
but
whole league for
rules
women,
mean something.
and
And
the
if the
women are even
rules,
advocating for transgenders to play with them. I'm just, I don't know, bro. Like, go play in a rec league somewhere, like, but like, I don't know. And I ain't even like,
Yeah, facts, man. Go play in Spain or some play
like
in
John said,
Barcelona
I
or
think he's
something.
just trying to prove a point.
he could play so
And
many other
Yeah,
places.
but
They just doing
he's
this
going on
for the
about the
attention.
wrong way. He's going about the rubbish. Wasn't Sophie Cunningham just in the news for making her stance very clear? And then this guy decides to steal her thunder. Like, dude, let the women stand up for this issue because I know some of the women's NBA aren't for trans athletes being in their sport. That's their issue. What does Ennis Cancer have to do with this issue? That to me is
wait,
like, I feel like there's some disrespect going on here.
if
What
if
does
the
he have to do with
women
it?
if the women were against it, why can't a man
He
stand
just
with
trying to stay
them?
relevant.
Yeah, the relevant. I feel like this is more of him doing this for theatrics for his own like cred or whatever. Because this guy can't get back in the NBA. He basically made his stance clear that he doesn't like China and what they do, and I can understand that. But still, you lost your shot in the NBA. You decided to put your political views above your own professional career. That's his consequences. So why are you now going to the women's NBA to add more of a mess? He's not bringing a solution to this. He's bringing more of a mess to it because it's now
They got to
becoming a
rewrite
thing.
the rules then.
That's for them to figure out, and Ennis Cantor is not going to figure it out for them at the end
But
of the day.
So
somebody got to be the
let me get this
freedom
question
fighter
panel real quick.
to
How many of y'all think that transgenders should be allowed in the
Mike,
to
WNBA?
examine
yo,
the
Mike, you
rules.
gotta turn your mic up, Mike. That's all.
All right.
You said how many of us? What?
Think transgenders should be in the WNBA?
No, no. I
John,
think. Listen, the reason why is because, for one, it that's going to be a media spectacle, and the media is going to make that bigger than basketball. And anything that you coming into the sport, you being bigger than basketball for what? Y'all not even known for basketball. I could see if they already had their own league and their league was just making so much money. How they even nice like that? You got to go through the competition for one. Just because you that don't mean you should be in the league. You prove you nice. You who said you even could play basketball? So you just want to get off just off you just want to get in the NBA just off of the strength of that?
he's selling. He's selling the league.
Bruh, you not how you even that good? Who you playing? Who your competition? Y'all, that's what I'm saying. At least the women got a league. And again, the women got a league because they didn't want to be part of the men's league. They wanted to be in their own league. So Enos Cantor coming doing this
Oh
is
no
just
no 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 no
crazy
no!
work.
That ain't true.
He
The
landed
women
over
ain't
here.
make a league because they ain't want
Yeah,
to
right
be
here.
part of the men's league.
Yes, it is. What's so?
No, women would love to play in the dirt. You think they want to get paid less and go to the other league? They would love to. What are you talking
Hey,
about? They
yo, I'm
just
saying beat shot
But
fans. They're
that's you
here,
make
bro.
that's only a money thing. Why would
the
they want
money
to
is the
play
most
versus grown
important.
men for
Money is the
82
motivation.
games? They 82 games. You gonna hold women? Women play 41 games, and they got a 65 game rule in the NBA. Like, bruh, it's just different. It ain't the same. They play 10-minute quarters. The men play 12-minute quarters.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
not
know.
the
See,
same
this, see,
exact thing. They would be
when you
asking
start
for
saying
way
shit
more
like that,
playing in the
when
NBA.
you start speaking for women, I would love to hear a woman baller say the things that you say. I don't want to hear you say it because you making it up. They
I
would.
gotta get a
They may
woman.
have it.
I gotta get a woman
They.
that play hoops on a podcast.
Yeah, but did any of them say that they wanted that way?
What do you mean? What 10-minute quarters and all of
Ten
that,
minute quarters and less money and less
bro?
games and
I
all of that
imagine
shit.
they the ones who design the rules. I didn't make the rules. I'm just
No,
stating what the
the
rules are.
WNBA is subsidized by the NBA, so it's still the NBA making those rules.
Still, it ain't me. You know
And
what I mean?
I've heard that a lot of the WNBA players have been calling the NBA the MNBA to try to make fun of it and the fact that they shouldn't like that don't seem like they want their own league if they are here calling the NBA the MNBA because they got to be
I'm
called the
honestly at a loss,
WNBA.
bro.
I
What
mean,
But
I do know, what I do
If the
know is the women's
WNBA allowed
NBA
it,
has had a
and I ain't trying to
wait.
sit
What
here
did
and be
you
like, I mean, women can't play with men in
yeah, that
basketball, but
echo
like,
is crazy.
I don't want to see that shit on a professional level.
so hold on. So Mike, what you saying? You saying that profession? What do you agree with? Do you think that women should play in the NBA?
Nah, so here's my thing. Like, if we on a street court
Yeah.
and a woman jump in the game, whatever, whatever. But on a professional level, some shit I'm paying my money for, like, I'm
Right.
good.
Yeah, no, in the street game they go hoop. I ain't gonna lie. I done played some games with versus and they was on the same team type shit. And bruh, they can hoop, bro. I can't even lie to you. They can shoot the ball. They can hoop. They can hoop. Simple as that. And yeah, to your point, yeah, I agree. Professionally, I don't wanna and then like they talk about cheating in the WNBA. Could you imagine if your girl about to get traded and you know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
my
Yeah.
god.
yeah, like it's crazy.
Yo,
Like, I was
yo,
just
man.
saying, I don't know, bro.
Listen, I'm
I don't
saying,
see how it's a good.
but just back to Enos Cantor.
I don't even know how
If
you
they
gonna
don't want him to be able to
stretch this
declare,
topic because
they should change the
I'm at a loss for
rules.
words. Like, this is
Because as
weird.
long as he's able to, but ain't no team gonna pick him up if they feel like it's a mockery of the game. A team wouldn't pick him up anyway, so it don't matter.
Hmm.
But he's doing this for some reason. Like I don't know the whole backstory behind it, but he's doing it because of what the rules say. And if he's doing what the rules say, he
Hey,
can't.
yo, I'm gonna get back to the fam.
Like I
Everything's
don't know, you
dry,
can't
so
fault
I
them
like
too
I said,
much
we
if
going on
that's what the
vacation. So I
rules
just
say.
dropped in to drop in.
I appreciate you, Mike.
For sure, for
I
sure.
don't know,
I'll holler.
Mike.
Word.
Yeah, to
And
what
I'm not
Jay.
saying he right because I don't really know. But if the rules, if it's within the parameters of the rules, what can niggas really say?
I'm saying like you sullying up the game. You know that ain't what they meant. They just you know what I'm saying. Just
But
worded it in a way where they was inclusive to everybody who had a common sense knowledge and understanding
yo,
that they
Shay
meant
is
women
sullying up
that.
the game foul baiting, but it's within the rules, so he's the MVP.
Bruh, if
If
a
he's
man
using the
use,
rules, that's the rules.
bruh, he gonna be fouling the women. He gonna get fouled out, bro. The first, everything he do is gonna be too aggressive. He gonna get fouled out, man.
Oh, that's me with the echo.
Yeah, Jay.
All right, hold on.
But I don't know, man. I don't think it's a good idea. But
It's
what I will say about, um, you know, my cow being the alpha is more the fact that it, of course, it could go to the veterans and the Randall and the MPJ night to night, game to game. But somewhere down the line in the season, they're gonna have to pass that torch. They're pretty much, in my opinion, gonna be teaching them how to close games, what they should do, how they should do it. MPJ and Randall, these veterans, these are gonna be the veterans that's gonna show Diego and Michael how to close games. These are the ones that's gonna be communicating with them, talking to them, building with them. And I'm saying that to say, yeah, in the fourth quarter, if we trying to win and we being competitive early in the season, you're gonna see it's going to a Randall or an MPJ. I'm saying the alpha part of the title of the show is I need to see and BJ Michael taking some fourth quarter shots to win us the game or lose us the game, whatever it is. I'm a fan. I'm rocking. But that being said, yeah, I'm gonna need to see that because I don't need it to be every night, but I need it to be intentional sometimes. Because if we want these players to develop that clutch gene, do it with a Randall who took the Knicks out the mud, out the dirt and do it with an MPJ who is just a French All Star with the Brooklyn Nets last season. So yeah, man. Shout out to Python for joining the panel, man. Shout out to John. Shout out to Jay. What's good, Python?
Great to hear your voice. What's going on, Breeze?
Pod, you
Chilling.
got an
Li-
echo.
I don't think
Appreciate
that
you,
was me with
man.
the echo.
No, pod. I said pod.
It's
Yeah,
not me.
I don't hear Paul with an echo or Jay with an echo.
I
Oh,
hear
mute
it.
up
I
for a
hear it
I
second,
don't
clearly.
hear
Breezy.
an echo.
Mute up
Not
for a
even
second,
with
Breezy.
John. I don't hear an echo.
I feel like when Breezy muted up, there was no echo.
So it's me.
I don't know, but try it
I,
try it one time.
mute
But
up
I'm
for a
just
second.
on my end. I don't hear an echo, but I'm gonna mute up right
Because
now
all
since
three
y'all
of
hear
us
an echo.
hear it.
Okay, hold on.
Yo, is it still echo?
Yo, it's breezy.
No,
Yeah, I
no,
don't
it's
know how.
beautiful. It's
Yeah, I
All
don't know
right,
beautiful.
how
I
cool.
it's
I know what
breezy.
I'm gonna do. I had to do this for the last few days, man. I'm gonna fix it now.
Like you
Yeah,
got speakers on or something.
StreamYard has been trash lately. I don't know what's wrong with them, yo. They used to be the go-to.
But PT, you been hit, you heard about this Enos Cantor shit? What you think?
I haven't heard about it. Tell me about it.
Well, basically, they saying Enos Cantor has declared for the WNBA for some reason, like declared for the WNBA draft
Oh
next weekend,
yeah, yeah,
because he
yeah.
said that the rules say as long as you declare who you are, you can.
Right.
It don't matter, and he seems to be trying to prove some sort of point.
Yeah, it's a dumbass point, but at the same time, Enos Cantor he just does shit like that. He's lame.
Like who he used to
He's
play for?
corny
I
like
remember
that.
he was on the Grizzlies,
He
right?
played he
What about
played on the
Portland?
Knicks. He was a Knickerbocker for a little bit. He was
Portland.
he played on the Utah Jazz, I believe, if I remember correctly. And
Right.
Portland.
and he was kind of good, and it went to his head, and because basketball had changed and what really wasn't what he is. But you know what I'm saying? He's just a right wing doofus. You know what I'm saying? Like just to be clear with it. Like he came, he's one of those like, oh, I'm super religious, I'm super conservative, I'm super, you know, uh on that side. But
He was against
the
that Magic City thing. He was against the Magic City thing.
yeah,
Oh, yo.
yeah.
He said, "Hell no, don't let it happen. Not on my watch."
That's great.
Oh, but it's all stems from this young lady who said the other day that she would welcome trans women into the league, and if they did that, that wouldn't be good for them either. Like those
Right.
trans women can hoop. You know what I'm saying? Like that'll take a lot of jobs from
Mhm.
um from women, and the other way around wouldn't happen. Like Brittany Griner wouldn't make a G League team. You know,
And
Mm.
I don't want to be funny about this, but just hearing this shit, the first thing that comes to my mind is that movie Joanna Man.
Joanna Man, that's what I'm thinking of too. No, but even Aja Wilson in an interview with her man Bam said that a really good high school team would beat a WNBA team. It's just true. It's just the truth, but it's not the truth that we like. We would all like to be everybody's the same and everything. But if you just watch it, man, like my son just is in 8th grade. He just came from camp, and I thought he was muscular. These kids is different, man. These kids is different workout plan and little boys. It's crazy. And if you watch basketball from the beginning early on when they're like 8, 7, 9, the girls are the best players. They have the best handle. They're more calm. They're more mature. Like his team was the championship team, and the best player on the team, well, the second best player on the team was a girl. But when they go through that growth spurt, and then you have puberty, and your bones get dense, and you have muscle mass now, that that changes it. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you change about yourself, that still is a thing. And it would really I think it would hurt the WNBA teams if they ever did that, because those guys have a clear advantage. They they would take their jobs. That's what would happen. I don't think they want that.
Yeah, and they don't. Like I said, they ain't got their own league, bro. They ain't hooping like that. You know what I
Nah, but
mean?
but it wouldn't be the first time. Like, okay, let's not being funny at all, but just as an example, Jason Collins goes to the WNBA. Jason Collins declares himself a woman, the former net. Um, not even trying to be funny, but if Jason Collins goes to the WNBA, he's the Wilt Chamberlain of the WNBA.
I know that's crazy. Right? Wow.
He he'll score 100. He and no, seriously, who's gonna guard him? Who's
This
gonna
is
guard
why,
him?
this is why to
You know what I'm
what
saying?
Jay said, they got to refine those rules, man, because the rules are messy
Okay,
right now.
that's my only thing, right? Because even if he's wrong, if the rules in black and white say what he's saying they say,
Mm.
they can't really stop him. The only thing that could happen is that all of the teams just got to come together and say nobody draft this guy. But
Yeah.
if somebody wants to win, they might.
That would be wild if he did play on a women's team. That would be pretty crazy. Like, why would anybody watch it? Like, where's the fairness? Where's the structure? Like, this is what sports is about: structure and rules. People don't like them, but you have to follow them, or else why are we watching the sports that we do? Like, even take the Dodgers for instance. They're funneling without a cap thing right now, and they're taking all the best players, and there's nothing we can do about it right now. Like, that sucks too. Like, you don't want to make
Hold
sports
on.
unfair to the masses. You want to be
Hold, hold,
fair if possible.
hold on. We got Black Man is Fair. We got Leaf on the panel. Pie throwing on the panel. Um, yeah, I just want to start off and say, uh,
Whatever you did,
th-
fixed it. By the way, Breezy, I just want to tell you.
Yeah,
I
that's my
appreciate it.
favorite French water.
I appreciate it. So I googled this. I'm gonna say this, then we're gonna go to Leaf, and then we're gonna go around the panel. But I want to say this just off of what Enos Cantor did. But I googled it. I asked, does the WNBA allow men? And it says the WNBA does not allow men to play in its league. So a WNBA is a professional women's basketball league, and its eligibility rules explicitly restrict participation to female athletes. So we want to see what this contract look like for him to be saying what he's saying, but for this to say that this is some kind
No,
of pushback.
no,
You
but
know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
I think what he's saying is that it's saying if you identify as a woman, they're saying that you should be able to play. So if he chooses to identify that way, then you can't tell him that he is or he isn't because that's the way like all of that when you're being
Hey,
politically
No,
correct.
hey, Jay
If
and Breeze.
somebody identifies a way, that's what you're supposed to call them.
So
Sound like a
exactly,
bunch of bull
that
crap.
shit happened in the that they took that shit into the prison system. They let a dude who claimed to be a woman get locked up with the women. You know what
Uh-oh.
happened?
I
You
got
know
him
what
pregnant.
happened?
Mad pregnancies?
Three women in his vicinity got pregnant.
Oh
That's
Mhm.
what
man,
happened.
oh man.
That's a
Yeah.
real story. Google it.
Right.
I'm not
I,
even
be, I,
kidding.
be,
Oh,
I believe you, but the thing is, that's why, and
Them babies
I
gonna
don't
be
got
3 weeks apart, man.
I don't got nothing against trans people. Whatever, whatever you're gonna do is what you're gonna do is your life. But if the rules are written a certain way, it makes it a way for people to take advantage of them. Just like with this stupid tanking shit that we all been talking about for the past 2 seasons. Because
right.
the rules are written that way, that's why people do it. If you change
Right.
the
Correct.
rules, people not gonna be able to do that. Like it's
Yep.
Correct.
when the rules are a certain way, people gonna find a way to manipulate and take advantage of them.
That's right.
Yep.
That's why you supposed to have you're supposed to have rules. We live in a generation now, and shout out to my daughter. She's gonna be on the Victoria's Secret runway next year. I'm very proud of her.
Wow.
Savai,
Shout to
you're an
that.
amazing child. But that being said, rules exist for those reasons, but we live in a generation now that they don't want to live by rules. It's just everything is loose. So
Yep.
I'm gonna go with the flow type dude. Y'all do whatever y'all want, but y'all gotta pay the prices for the choices y'all make. You
Yep.
do something like
Absolutely.
this in the WNBA, you open that door, Joanna man. Like not
So,
even
so
trying to be funny, but
Yeah.
That's what it is. We know how that story ends.
Hold on. Let's go to Black Manosphere, man, and Leaf, man. Y'all see what's going on, man. What y'all think about all this, man?
Man, I think it's all bull crap. You know what I'm saying? I'm old school, man. So it's just like, I mean, like what heterosexual male, like, you know what I'm saying? What is he saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is he saying he's transgender or something? Or is he saying he's female? And what commissioner is gonna allow that? Like, you know what I'm saying? This is a
It,
man,
Well,
like, you know what
it's
I'm saying?
be it's
Like
because
it's all
earlier.
hold on, I'm not finished. I'm not finished.
No, no,
It's
no. I
all
just
bull
wanted to give
crap.
you the piece of information that you might be missing. Like the reason
Okay.
why this is a conversation is because a few WNBA players was saying that they would welcome women in their league, and the league responded saying that they also would welcome trans women in their league. And so this dickhead made the statement that he made to try to kind of poke fun at them, but they're just trying to be open. But that's the league commented. If the league didn't say nothing, then we wouldn't be talking about it.
go ahead, Black
No
Manosphere.
doubt. So I'm old school, right? So the men play with the men, you know what I'm saying? Don't matter what league, it's all, from boys, you know what I'm saying? The boys
Right.
play with the boys, the girls play with the girls, and that's just that. I mean, it don't matter about what the rules say and all of that type of stuff and who trying to bend them and all that. Is he saying he a girl and he has some sex change or he's transgender or
Yeah,
something now?
yeah,
Like,
that's what he's saying.
No,
yeah,
but
so
he's making fun of it. He's just making fun of it. That's all. He's
yeah,
not proving
exactly.
But
It's
anything.
all
bec-
like
He's making
trolling.
fun of
It's
it.
all
because you
silly.
don't
Yeah.
And as a
like the
man, I'm
rules.
not giving it my I'm not even giving it my brain cells. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
It's
think
just all bull
what he's
crap.
saying is
But y'all continue.
with those specific rules, it doesn't say you have to have a sex change. It just says you have to identify a certain way. So he's saying if I identify, y'all can't tell me I don't. Draft me.
So
That's
hold on. So anybody could just walk up and say they identify as a woman. Like you can't just be like, what if they come on, bro? What if they tell them prove it?
Which yeah,
But
that's the
but
to
thing.
look,
prove
that
it, to
That's
prove it is a
all.
feeling. You just have to say
Yeah.
that you feel this way.
exactly.
Bruh,
Yeah.
anybody could say that he manipulating the system.
But that's what he's
See,
saying. That's what
this
he's
is
What
saying.
That's the whole
commissioner
point.
is gonna allow that? Who's gonna
No,
allow this?
Black
is it
Who's
Manosphere,
gonna allow him to suit up and put
the
on a
commissioner's
jersey and get
office
on the
came
floor
out.
and play in the WNBA?
That's the point of the whole conversation. The commissioner's office already came out and said, yeah, trans women are welcome in the WNBA. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but that's the league is spoken.
that is not going to go well though. That's the problem that me and Jared talking about. Is they got to refine these rules. Like, listen, at the end of the day, we're asking ourselves, what is a woman? What is a man? This is simple stuff, but a guy like Ennis just wants to make a joke out of all of it. Well, be warned, man. You're going to piss off a whole bunch of people over this crap because he's making fun
But
of it.
but,
He's not
but
trying to
what
make
if
change it. He's
but
making
He
fun of
just
it.
needs to be denied, and that's that. Like,
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
yeah.
I'm
It's
saying?
simple. That's it.
But look, what about this though? Because this is the part that is scary to me. Because yes, the whole NBA, WNBA, they could come together and say, you know what, we not going to draft this guy because he's trying to make a mockery of us, right?
Right?
But if
Mhm.
one team just decides, yo, I seen Jawana Man and I saw how he took them to the championship,
Oh
so
man.
I'm gonna
Mm.
draft them.
Jay. Oh,
So
Jay.
hold on. You
Nah,
saying
I mean,
hold on?
all
You
that.
saying,
I'm not mixing
Oh, man.
fantasy and
bruh,
reality and
So
and,
you
and,
think
and
so
all
you
that.
telling me a grown 6 foot something 200 pound dude get out there, he's not gonna improve the team? Like I
Are
feel like
you
one of them
telling me that a commissioner is going to allow that?
they
You
already
can't
said
have this. That just can't happen, man. Come on. This ain't Looney Tunes versus the Monstars, man. This is
I'm
real life. Come
I'm
on.
just saying
but
one
when
team
he
might
so
decide they actually want to win.
but this will be a first too because they said they'd want to introduce a trans man into the league. That's just talk right now. But he's going as forward as to say, whole mustache. He got a mustache. He looked nothing like a woman. He did nothing like a woman. He don't talk like a woman. He don't walk like a woman. This dude is the opposite of a woman. He's a man. Like this dude does not even have no femininity. Nothing. Like he
Yo,
just a
bro.
man, and you trying to tell me he could just waltz in there, say, "Yeah, I'm a woman," da, 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 sign that contract, free money. He would change his name from freedom to free money because that's basically what he's trying to do.
Yo, facts. Yo,
Yo,
please,
that's
What
funny.
commissioner
listen,
is gonna
listen,
let
dude.
what commissioner is gonna let their league be a joke like this? Like that would
Yeah,
be
that
all
is
the
a
wrong
joke.
attention.
That is a joke,
Again,
but
the
it's all about.
WNBA commissioner has come out.
But
They
she
already
said
did
it. She
what
said it
she said.
about trans women. This
Right.
dude is obviously not trans, but trying to act like he's trans. But
But
what if he
but
does
what's the
what y'all
criteria
say?
to
That's
deny
for
him
women
though?
Exactly. No,
transitioning.
that's the
That's for
point.
women transitioning into a man, right? She still was born a woman, but she's transitioning into a man.
No,
No, no, the other way around. The other
a
way
trans
around.
woman is the other way around. Yeah, trans woman is a man who identifies as a woman.
Right,
Right.
right, right,
But what's the
right.
transition? Has he taken any hormones injections? Has he done any treatments? Has he can he just put on some
No,
makeup and a wig and say I'm a woman now, I'm
but
trans?
no, but
Oh
what they
my
trying to
God.
say is
Oh
in the
my God.
rules book or whatever they saying that all you have to do is identify as that. It doesn't say you have to have hormones and boobs and walk like a girl and all of that shit that Breeze was saying.
But
It
so
says
what
all
I'm
you have to do is
saying,
identify.
so I'm saying like they're not gonna make him like ask him certain questions to make him like a quiz. They gotta
A
get that
quiz
nigga a
is
quiz or
crazy.
something.
They just not
A
gonna allow
quiz?
it. Like
Dude,
this
A
is
dude,
all
quiz is
bullcrap.
dude.
crazy.
Hey, Breezy, don't be
Yo,
genderous. It's her. You got to say
yo,
her.
yo, that's
Ask her a quiz.
that's
Yeah,
wild.
Yo, all I'm saying is they need to fix the rules somehow to make it make sense because
Yeah,
he kept making in his little video, it kept saying, "Oh, me and my team have reviewed the rules, and based on the current rules, I can do this." So they need to just take a look at what those rules are.
facts, Shay. Listen, there's so many great women's basketball players right now, and this is just crap that is overriding all of their numbers, all of their stats, all their history they're making. Like that should be the focus right now. Instead, we're talking about a dude that wants to make fun of the women's sports because he thinks he's going to get, some street cred or something. Like this dude has not been relevant since he left the NBA. Like this is just a whole nothing
Exactly.
argument.
Go to a
Yeah,
man's league and go lead them somewhere. Like, dude, like what are you
yeah.
talking about? Like
Well, they just go to.
what you
He
know what I
can't
mean?
go to. He can't go to China because he hates China. Like, go to France or something. Go to any other type of Euro team you want, bro. Just take your crap somewhere else, man. Nobody wants it. Over
Yo,
with the
how
game, man.
about the reverse though? Brittany Griner. Have y'all seen her lately? The one that got
Uh,
arrested when she went to Russia.
I,
She had the
yeah,
I
I
ain't
know who you're
seen it
talking
in a
about.
minute,
What
but
happened with
What
him?
she
what
does look
about
like a
her?
dude.
so
So what does that mean?
it doesn't mean anything. She I'm just saying calls herself a man. She refers to herself as a man, but she plays in the WNBA. That that's the reverse, right? Like
She was
It's
born a woman, right?
correct,
Okay. So she's where
but
she's supposed to be.
I
Right.
agree with you, but does
Are
she
you telling
agree?
are you saying she should be in the NBA?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, then so I mean
I don't think she's good enough.
She's not good enough, but
y'all
she's in the
confusing a lot of different things, man. Y'all confusing a lot of different things.
you
what I'm
gotta
trying to
simplify
get you to
it.
what I'm trying to get you to to think about here is the reverse. They're saying that a person who's born a man, if he feels like that he's a woman, should be able to compete in the WNBA. I'm saying, okay, if you believe that, then do you believe that Brittany Griner, who identifies as a male, should be playing in the WNBA? Then Breezy just read it. It says that this is a woman's league.
And
But
she don't
what
identify as a woman.
exactly?
But
He
she
doesn't.
is biologically one. Does she have ovaries? Does she have the inside
We
Of
of a
don't
woman
know.
and the
course,
We
female
don't
body?
know.
What
What
do
if she
you
got
mean?
them
Of course
ovaries?
we know.
What if she
she
got
had
them
him at some
ovaries
point.
removed? She could have got them ovaries removed. We don't know. If she's identifying as a man, we don't know
Nah,
what
man.
what
Nah,
her
man.
body parts is.
bro. We don't know how are we
Biologically, she's
supposed to
She
older.
know,
got she
man.
did get rid of her breast though. She cut
Right. She got rid of the boobs. I remember that.
she got rid
Like,
of the breast and she walks around like she'll come to a game shirtless. I,
Does
I,
she
hold
I
on,
have
hold
a
find
on,
that
hold on,
vagina?
yeah,
I,
hold
I
on,
seen
hold
it.
on.
I find that shit
Hold on.
hilarious, but she
Hold
does.
on. Hold on. Lee sent the super chat while I'm still monetized. Hold on, man. Lee sent the $2 super chat. He on the panel with us. Y'all can subscribe to Lee. Y'all can just go to his page at youtube.com/atlee4788. Go subscribe over there, then come right back. That's where we at right now. Know what I'm saying? Lee, talk to us, man. What's the word?
Out of respect for your channel, I want to avoid the last 10 minutes of what was said
Yeah.
and everything, almost everything that was said, because I think y'all all heard my voice and y'all all know that I'm liable to go 1 through 100, especially when it comes to specific topics. So I don't even want to talk about anything and it's kind of related on the Nets podcast. I refuse. And it's one of the reasons why I send a super chat.
He is one
Yeah.
of the worst dudes. He's a horrible human being.
Listen, whoever he is, it's nothing to do with the states. It's one of the reasons why he's all the way miles and miles and states and countries away doing what he's doing. So
So hold
whatever.
on.
I don't even
Let
want
me
to give him no energy.
All right, so hold on. Let me ask you this. So basically, the title of the show is me saying, yeah, in the beginning, the first half of this season, I expect the vets, Randall and MPJ, to be taking clutch shots. But
Mhm.
just far as passing the torch, just that learning the clutch, trusting the young rookie and second year in Jago in the fourth quarter, giving them opportunities to win or lose us the game. I think they're gonna pass him that torch, and I think my Cal could be an alpha in those situations. But what you think? You know what I'm saying? Even if Danny Wolf is in a pick and pop situation with Macau, like just let us know, man. What's your thoughts on him being the alpha for the team?
No Danny
I,
Wolf TED Talks tonight, Leaf, please.
nobody tells me what to say about Danny Wolf.
I do.
Um, nobody. But
Nobody. Nobody.
the reality of the like at a certain portion of the season, I could definitely see that being the case. I could definitely see him or Yegor getting opportunities. I think it's most of the stuff we're gonna do this year is for most part of the year is probably gonna be on a committee basis. I think it's gonna be opportunities for a lot of guys to finish games and close out games and have the hot hand. We seen Mikel defer from his own shot and keep continuing to feed Diego the ball in the summer league. So we know he's not somebody that's gonna bomb up shots until there's nothing left or take the ball out of the hot hand, which if it's not his own. You know what I'm saying? So I think Mikel is I think he's here to be the ultimate team player. At least for now until he has like the full reins of and the full support of the coaches and the players and his contemporaries to take over games and do so. I think that's when you're gonna see it.
All right, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, and again, just continuing the conversation about them basically having that alpha role.
Mhm.
Um, would it? Where do you see Danny Wolf with them two? Like, I mean, is that a big three? And to you, I'm asking, like, what are you? Does Danny Wolf make the guards a big three? Like, what we talking about, Lee?
We
I
open up
think
the
I think I
game.
think we see I see Danny Wolf as what I seen him when he got drafted as a connection player to those two. And we all agreed that a lot of these players when they got drafted a year ago were connection players. Mikel is a good start to that connection. And I think we'll finish that connection off as the years go along. Right now our roster is nowhere near finished in terms of the youth that we bring and we all had conversations up in this podcast about building a lot of shit through the draft. This is the time to do it because a lot of free agency, what we think is free agency, is really pre agency.
Right.
As John Marks continues to tell us, bro. Like that's one of the truest statements ever said. So realistically, I feel as though at some point we're gonna have to make some major improvements in our own drafted talent.
But I mean, again, like just the ascension of the gods. That's with the lottery picks. But that's what I'm saying. I think Danny Wolf could be somebody that, again, if he could spot up and knock down, kind of do what they wanted Noah Clowney to do. If again, like I said, I see him as a four. If if he could, what I mean, be like a backup four, bro, that'd be incredible,
I see him
bro.
as a four as well, but right now I don't think our roster is designed for him to play that. I think our roster is all over the place and it's so sporadic. I think the young players don't really have all that they need to compete with until they start grabbing the mantles of this team. The Danny Wolfs, the Yegors, the McKells. That's when they're going to start being taken seriously in terms of the building
Did
process.
Did you see the Danny Wolf excerpts from the workout he did with MPJ?
Yeah. What was about that pod? I heard a little bit about
I,
that. What have
I
you
actually
guys found
didn't.
out?
What was that?
What have you guys
Yeah,
found
they had they had some gym runs
out?
that MPJ took. He took Danny Wolf and he took Drake Powell,
Oh
and
boy.
both of them look like shit.
Yikes.
And
Oh man.
I'm really disappointed in Drake, but I that's what I said he needed. He needed some open runs and Mike Porter, you know, showing some leadership. Took the two rookies under his wing and took them for open runs. But everybody at the open runs is saying that they look like doodoo.
Like, what do you
Well,
mean? They're
well,
quickly
you got it.
about that?
Well,
What do
that
you
the
mean
thing
by
about the
quickly?
open runs is that you got to keep at it. Like they have the bottom line is that they got NBA jobs. Our roster is not at the point to where we have automatic replacements for them at this moment, bro. So right now, it's basically they basically in a sink or swim situation.
Yeah,
It is what
they
it
got
is, bro. Like
their replacements is going to be available in next year's draft, and they got plenty of cap space. Money's coming off their books. Like niggas need to be worried on this team,
I'm
and
not because the thing is if we
I'm
like
no, no,
if
no.
if if
You're
we
not. You now. I'm not saying that you need to be worried. I'm saying Nets players, young Nets players. You don't have. They give you 3 years. After that 3 years, they do to you what Boston did with Minot. They jettison you. They stop thinking of you as a player, and they got to get this shit together, man. I like Danny Wolf got to find a position. It's not small forward. You're not a small forward.
no,
You're
he's not.
not. You
It's
know what I'm
far
saying?
too
I
expensive
He got to
I
find a
listen.
position, man.
I
I'm
agree. I agree with you that the position is the four at some point, and it's one of the reasons why I want him to start, even though Julius Randle occupies the starting four. It's like because I would like the same for our backcourt that Danny Wolf gets accustomed to playing starter minutes. Like if we in a sink or swim situation, bro, we at a point where a good portion of these rookies that we picked in the past 2 years, a good portion of these picks is going to be thrown out to sea, bro. And we don't really have all that we need to protect them, obviously, because Sean Marks is an idiot, like we all can agree on. But at the same
yep.
time, but at the same time, bro, like I'm not Garnier an excuse for why Mikel is not at least good in the next 2 years. I'm not Garnier an excuse for why Danny Wolf is not at least good in the next year or two because he's 22. I'm not Garnier an excuse for Yegor, who is supposed to be good in the next 2 years. These are our lottery picks. If we really want to prove that we could build a team from the ground up, this is the time to do it. This is the
That's what
time
we're
to do it.
doing
For a
now.
lot of y'all, if a lot of y'all don't believe in nothing that we drafted in the past 2 years, just say and then go in the front office, kick Sean Marks clean as his ass crack, bro, and tell him to go fix this shit.
Maybe
It's
we could
that
just
simple.
get new GM and make a fix for it.
Look,
John, your mic stinks.
No, is it
yeah,
all right? Is
yeah,
it all
yeah,
right?
yeah. John, you got to go come back in. You got to refresh and come back in. But
You gotta
what I
ask
will,
questions.
what, yeah. But what I will say is that like I like me and Pod is not in total disagreement about the how much time that they need to get their shit together to show some type of promise. We not, bro. Like I understand it, bro. I'm just telling what I see. If things go like at least 75 to 80% correct, if it's done correctly, bro, I think it could work out for at least 3 or 4 of the players that we picked in the past two drafts. This is what we lost games on purpose for. I'm not gonna say tank. This is what we lost games on purpose for because we did lose games on purpose.
Yeah, but
This is what it all drawed out to be.
right, but look, you got more fans again. And I keep mentioning Danny Wolf because you pretty much running with the fact that he's gonna be a central piece to the Brooklyn Nets, and a lot of people don't agree with that. And it's good to see you stand on your square. We got Don't Rush Greatness on the panel, man. You see, we had a standstill. Some fans feel like Danny Wolf is going to take the league next season. He's going to be, instrumental to the Nets winning. What you got on this? How you feel like Danny Wolf gonna play next season?
What's happening, Rush?
Don't rush you there. Oh
Oh,
man, but
He might have backed out.
had him on I did.
Yeah.
That's how chill be
Yeah.
always saying. I be crying. He be
Yeah,
like,
he'll
had
be
him on
back.
I did.
But I mean, I would just like to say, in terms of like the structure and the scheme and the wit and the X's and O's and the game plan that could be drawn out. I think that Danny Wolf could work, bro. I don't know anybody that's in the same doghouse that I'm in.
the only
It's
problem
right
again,
now. It's one person in the doghouse, and that's me. Everybody's on the fence or on the other side of it,
Leaf, again, do you want
and that includes Nets fans.
Leaf, you have to ask yourself, do you want Dayron or Julius Randle getting those rebounds? Because we looked at the schemes. Breezy showed us those previous schemes with Dan in the starting lineup. He be at the 3-point line. I get it. The guy has shown us he can shoot a three every now and then. But again, you have 4 scorers in your starting lineup. Dayron's main goal is not to be an all-star center, but be a solid rebounder and get second chance opportunities for his teammates. Can Danny will be a physical, gritty big? Right now, he's still a finesse big. We saw Summer League. Like, he not a lot looked different. There were a few minor improvements, but again, if Danny wants to be a starter, he's got to be a physical, grimy big that's going to go head to head against legit centers. Because I don't want Julius Randle catching rebounds with Giannis and Bam and all these other big dudes. That's just
Right.
not going to look good with
But
Danny's
but but at,
ability.
but at but at the same time, what I'm trying to explain to people is that this roster is so not equipped, bro. I'm not even gonna use the word bad. I'm gonna just say so not equipped. I think it's a legitimate chance for Danny Wolf to start at the center, bro. But based on the fact that no, like I don't think Dayron is gonna be trusted to do all of the paint work for over 20 minutes. I don't. I think it's going to be mostly center by committee, bro. Like, and I think it's going to be playing to whatever team we playing against that night. And if Danny
Matchup.
Wolf is starting, to begin the game, and if he's starting to, and if he's in the game to end the game, bro, I'm not going to be surprised.
Yeah,
All right,
but
so hold on, hold
the,
on, hold on. Let's go to Don't Rush Greatness. See, he on the panel now. Don't Rush Greatness. Talk to us, man. What you think about Danny Wolf and starting over Daron Sharp for starters? How you feel about it?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like Mo Wagner is gonna start over all of them. That's
Mo
Mo
Wagner.
Wagner. I think Mo Wagner is gonna be the starting center. But as far as like Dayron and Wolf, like it really just depends. Like we already know where we at there when it comes to the five position. Like we know Dayron is more of a rebounder. He's more of a physical, basketball player. But we can use both depending on certain matchups and certain people we playing. But in all reality, like the more and more we get closer to the season, I feel like if nobody's really on their A game as far as like Wolf and Michael Porter Jr. and certain players like even Dayron, I feel like they can all be moved by the deadline, by the trade deadline, because I feel like once we start matching up and really seeing how we're performing, whether that's good or bad, if they're not performing good, then we may make moves. So that's just where I'm at with it. But as far as Wolf, like I like Wolf, like I like everybody on the roster. I'm just saying, like, as far as like the matchups, like how the East is built up right now, even if we go against the West, like I don't like, it really just depends on what type of offense we're playing and defense. I mean, like, if
Yeah,
we're if they're able to like set screens and really be more physical on defense, like that's the most important part. Like, how are we gonna play on defense? That's my take on that. But I do want to say something real quick as far as the WNBA thing, right? Now, real quick, not to mean to shift it, but with the
no, that's all
WNBA
good.
thing, with the WNBA thing, like with Enos, like he's a a real activist and all that. So his take on all of that stuff is dealing with his activism and all that type of stuff. But I think that it would be dope if the WNBA do, maybe create something like on the All-Star weekend, maybe where they could probably do that with the girls and dudes, something like that. But it don't gotta be nothing serious. But I think that's more of like an
Right.
All-Star game type. Cause they doing that in the Big Three. You have Flo J. Johnson in there going crazy in the Big Three and all that. So that's more like a All-Star weekend type of thing. But to really be in the league, I don't know about all that. Cause we set up
Yo,
different. Yeah.
I just seen this shit that Paul was talking about. Brittany Griner was out there in the game telling people I'm a grown ass man, dog, in the middle of a WNBA game. What kind of shit?
Wow.
She talk like it. Yo, she talk like.
Yeah,
That's wild.
It's
Jay,
wild,
you
yo.
taking it to a
Somebody got
place
an
that don't
echo,
need to be
man.
taken
Please,
to.
somebody got an
Nigga,
echo.
I ain't take it there. Brittany Griner said she a grown ass man, not me.
You heard her talk? She talk like a
No,
real
nobody knew
dude.
that she said that, Jay.
I
It's
knew that.
You
I
Stephen
got
A.
read
an
the
echo,
Smith.
man.
article.
She got
Damn.
an interview with Stephen A. Smith about it or some shit. Like this shit
I
is on
mean,
YouTube.
I,
It's for everybody to see.
I mean that opened doors for Dwight Howard to probably get a contract over there. I mean,
Oh
like,
shit.
Dwight,
Yeah, yeah. No, real talk. Yeah. Why
Let's,
not?
bro. Can we stop?
Yeah. Yo, who got an echo, man? Y'all killing
maybe,
me,
maybe
man.
no, yo, Leaf, not for nothing, Leaf. Maybe Danny Wolf could go over there and get busy, man. He probably could, cause
Danny Wolf.
Man, bro.
Hey, Danielle Wolf would
Yo.
own that league. She would.
I put it to you this way, bro. Like, if you don't believe in nothing that we drafted in the past 2 years, just say so, bro. It is what it is,
Yo,
bro.
why? I don't understand. I don't understand. This, you know what? You just reminded me of a question that I have for you, Leaf. Why do you say if a Nets fan doesn't believe in Danny Wolf, that he doesn't believe
And I
that he
didn't say
doesn't
believe in
believe
that
in
Danny
the
Wolf.
you know,
I
but you said
What did I say?
that go ahead and tell after someone says something about Danny Wolf, you
Right.
say, show me that the Nets don't care about none of the things that they drafted in the past 3 years.
Well,
I don't understand why that's the case.
Danny Wolf
Danny
speak
Wolf
for
is
all of them.
separate.
The thing is because I would like to think that all of us is tired of the bullshit that's been taking place in this organization. And I would like to believe that, like, yo, something got to shake out of all of this, because this is not only this is what we lost games on purpose for, but this is what we ended up with upon losing
O-
them games on purpose.
Okay, but
So
here's a sober way to look at it. You drafted in the you tanked and you drafted pretty much where you tanked for both years, 8 and 6. We're excited about Yegor and Michael, right?
Right.
Everybody's happy with that duel based off of what we saw. We all believe there's something there, right? What we
Mm-hmm.
don't believe in is where a good team goes to being a great team. When you can pick in the 20s and hit, that's what great teams do. Look at this year's draft. The Spurs got Quaintance
oh
and
boy.
OKC and I forgot the Celtics got Chris Sinat. They they they're able to maximize the value of those late picks. We got we got fucking Ben
Oh boy.
Surratt and Danny Wolf. Like uh,
And Danny Wolf being brought up in the same conversation as Ben Saraf is crazy to me. Like,
okay,
that's
Why?
it's you know what? I agree. It's unfair. Danny
What's up
Wolf
with
is a
that?
much better player than Ben
Well,
Surratt. But that's who they picked. They
Right.
weren't
They are
advantageous.
in the conversation together. They was about to
Listen,
Listen,
draft together.
look,
Like,
and so was Jago and everybody else we drafted in the first round. But I'm not
yeah.
saying that to say, I'm not saying that to say this should work out because this number, or this should work out because they this number. I'm saying it to work out because I believe that scheme, strategy, and all the things that the coach is going to embody is going to work more towards Danny Wolf than just as much that it works towards our lottery picks, Jaeger and Mikel.
You don't believe in skill set and talent?
I believe Danny Wolf has that skill set and that talent.
he has a
It's just
particular
like
set of skills, Luke, but he needs to refine his
the
I
thing
skills.
the
I
thing
nigga
is
sound
I
like
the
he
just
thing
talking
can't
is
about
see
the
his
him
thing is in
guarding
the
nutrition from
fours and
NBA.
bacon.
fives.
Nigga say he
The,
got a
the thing
specific
is
set
in
of
the
skills.
NBA, bro. Like it's not all about skill set and talent. It's about consistency. It's about who you mesh well with. It's about everybody that you mesh well on your team with. I could promise you, bro. Like if the Denver Nuggets front office just said it did what our front office did and said F it. We got Joker, whoever he get, bubble da 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 da. Just let him work, bro. I could promise you, he probably wouldn't be the player that he is today.
So you believe he's a center?
Yeah. Danny Wolf, I don't believe Danny Wolf is a center. I believe he's a center on this roster.
I
But
I don't
wait,
believe
wait,
I
wait,
don't
wait,
believe
wait,
he's
wait,
a
wait,
I have a
wait.
problem with him at the 4 and the 5. I don't believe he's tough enough to play the 5, and then I don't believe he's athletic enough to play the 4 and guard James Johnson, Paolo
Uh,
Banchero. Like
if
I
if
don't
if
see
if
him.
if, if, the, if
The,
the only
the,
if the only thing, hold up,
I
PT.
can't. I don't think he could do nothing with
Pot,
Jason
pot,
Tatum.
pot. Listen, and that's fair for you to have that opinion, bro. I understand that. But the thing is, if you're telling me at the 5, the only thing that he has to work on is toughness when he already has the offensive skill set that a lot of the basis of the center position going forward in today's NBA is being looked upon, bro. Like, and all he has to do is have the toughness to box out and rebound more and then be able to clear the boards and do a lot of things in the paint, bro. Like
Reed,
I find that a
He's
little bit
six
more easy.
ten. He's
Ch-
6'10",
Cheney Johnson is better.
and Cheney Johnson jumps the tip. That
But
really that's what I realized because I had some hope.
You told me that already, bro.
I know, but I want you to think about what I'm saying to you. You 6'10", Cheney Johnson is 6'7", and he jumps the tip.
If all you thinking about is just
Pause.
athleticism, bro, that like
It's a part of it.
you not no, but you not understanding half the battle, bro, about how a skill set works in the NBA at that position, bro. Like, trust me, a lot of the centers that's athletic, bro, they don't even that's just athletic, and they don't have nowhere near the skill set that Danny Wolf possesses, bro. They don't even play late in games.
wait,
They
what?
don't. They don't, bro. Like what? Like, bro, Mitchell Robinson, bro. Like, there's a reason why Mitchell Robinson was
No,
was
no,
playing was
no,
on the
man. Where
bench.
that all coming from?
That's probably called
There's a
conditioning.
reason why Rudy Gobert gets played off the court, bro, because he's not providing something that they need at the time, which is offense. I'm telling you, bro. Like in the fourth quarter, when it comes down to stretch, and you got Davron at the top of the key playing, yo, who want the ball? Who want the ball? Like Claxton was doing, bro. Like you gonna see exactly what I'm talking about.
The biggest problem with Danny Wolf, to what
Right.
Pat is saying, is he has no jump to his step on defense. When he's like Houston game, right? He was foul baiting a lot because athletic players have an advantage over Danny Wolf. They have swing to their game. Like Danny Wolf has to show us there can be some type of evolution on defense. Like again, Lee, I think offensively that's not a problem with Danny Wolf in certain spurts, but he has a particular skill set that needs refinement, and he has to stop being finesse big. Like, listen, I think we all want Danny Wolf to be successful on this team, but it might not be as a star player on this team. It might just be as a floater big of sorts.
Right, right. Hold on. I wanted to get to this content because it's going to relate right into the Danny Wolf conversation. I'm gonna play this clip and then we're gonna recap it.
Honestly, I'm not too opposed to it. I think it's because it was getting to a point where dudes was just resting. So I'm not mad about it. I think dude, like at the end of the day, it's our job. So we play we get paid very well to be available. You know, if you have an injury, that's one thing. Okay, so sit out those couple months, and then I don't think you should be recognized for those awards because you didn't play the whole season like some other guys did. Like I said, availability is one of the biggest skills you can have, so that should be recognized more in some of these awards. So I never really even understood the whole rule because my goal is just to play every game. So I know for some guys they weren't feeling it, but I didn't really get too much into it, to be honest. Honestly,
So
I'm not too
basically, I
opposed to it.
wanted
I
to
think
play this clip. I
it's
wanted to play this clip to say that he talking about the 65 game rule and how he agrees with the NBA asking the players to do it, and you heard how he articulated why. Now I'm saying that to say because it's an 82 game season, Danny Wolf will start. I don't think he should start the season, but I do think he will see starter minutes. Like there's going to be rotations where he's in the starting lineup. Weeks will start games and he's in the starting five. And that's because it is 82 games. That's because of what MPJ was saying about, the 65 game rule. You got an injury, rest a few. He said a few months, but if it's a minor injury, it might be a few days. And those few days that Randall might be out, he could easily start at the full. You know what I mean? Even if a day Ron is out, he could easily start at the five. So I think he'll get the start because of that. But just going into this season, yeah, I want him to come off the bench. But yeah, man, I think we had this conversation on Stir the Pot too. We was talking about Mikel and his availability in that first season because of his back and what happened with him for the off season. And I'm not gonna lie to you, if the Brooklyn Nets are smart, they don't play him on back to back games. Yeah, weeks where we play 4 games, let him rest one of those games. Weeks, you know what I'm saying, where we play 3 games. Hopefully, as a fan, I would want to see him those 3 games. But if I see him 2 of the 3 of those games, I know it's because they, making sure they they don't rush him playing. Shout out to Don't Rush Greatness. They don't rush him playing, and aggravate an injury or you know what I mean, be in haste to him developing too soon. Because the schedules are different from college to the NBA. It's a way more strenuous basketball schedule in the NBA than it is college. So he should. I think they're gonna tread lightly to let him transition into all of that basketball that he'll be playing opposed to, you know what I'm saying, what it was in college. But yeah, any of y'all want to speak to this?
Yeah, I think for the Nets right now, we want to see our young guys succeed. And
I
like to what
mean,
you just said,
the
Breeze, like
65 thing, I think that's smart. I mean, I don't think you should exclude anybody outside of that, but it do make sense because you want to play majority of the season for you to be considered, you know, winning
Well,
some type of award. I mean, if you look at it, like even if you play, I feel like, I mean, because I know they did say that there is certain exceptions. Like even if you play like maybe like 15 games less or probably 10 games less or something like that, there is certain exceptions. But I do agree with that. I mean, because you wouldn't consider a certain team a playoff team if they only, I mean, had X amount of good games. You know what I mean? So I think it makes sense. I mean, that's just my take on it.
Yeah, nah, that's fair. Any of y'all got anything to say about it? Are y'all good?
nah, I think one time when I had season tickets during the worst time to ever have season tickets during the Paul Pierce and KG era. Yo, there was a fan that came all the way from Thailand to see Paul Pierce because that was his favorite player. He had the Celtics Paul Pierce jersey on, and he flew all the way there to play. And Paul Pierce was like rested, and he was just on the side in
Yeah,
plain clothes. And dude flew all the way there to see Paul Pierce, and he was being rested. And ever since then, I've been on like, yeah, nah, these dudes got to play. And the
yeah,
65 is like one of the few things you can do is so to motivate them because fuck around the way things are right now, guys will be like saying that, oh yeah, 50 games. That's valid. 50 games. And they had to do something. And I'll take it. I'll take it. 65 games. I agree
yeah.
with that.
Yeah, yeah. Hold on. Uncle Sam is watching. He said, "I think Traore is the main piece for the second year players. If it lifts this his game coming up this season, will add the team competing for a playing spot." I agree. I
I
think he. I
was
mean, I agree with that.
I was talking about him on the on Twitter, and just looking at some of the footage, and I went and found the full video. It says trainer, and Nolan Traore has an opportunity to like really be shockingly good next year. I mean, we forget this is a player that was top four, you know, like projected top four in his draft. And if it wasn't for a hard time, he might have still got there. This is a fast player. What I didn't like from the footage is it looked like he's still doing all the same things working on all the same things that he did last year. I didn't see much defense in there, but you could tell that he's in the gym, and speed with strength. They could play three guard rotations, and I know that's what Sean Marks wanted to do. They could play three guard rotations that give people headaches. They really could, especially if Traore takes another step.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just wanted to. I know I'm bouncing around, but I don't know. I know I'm not gonna be here long. Somebody wanted to say something real quick. If y'all could say it, and then I'll switch the topic. But I wanted, me and Pod throwing. I'll get to that in a minute. But his tweet is the next topic. But go ahead if y'all wanted to say anything. Just
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to back off what Pod said. Yeah, I think for Nolan this is a huge season. Like he looks in great shape. I think we want to see some offensive evolution with his game, but I think for him this is a big test to prove he could be our backup point guard, potentially six man of sorts if that offense really develops. But I think he definitely did take the offseason serious with getting a stronger body. But to what Pod said, we have to see if that translates. And to what you said, Breeze, like there are going to be nights where we have to rest certain guys, where guys like a Danny Wolf or Powell might get stars minutes. So these guys have to stay hungry, stay ready, especially off the bench because we have such a logjam as is. But when those opportunities come, you're truly going to see if these guys have ceilings where their games could get better or they're stuck in a certain role on this team. So I think that's kind of where guys like Danny and Powell fall at this moment. So yeah, I think for Jordy, it's going to be interesting to see how he figures out those matchups and those minutes when our starters get rest. And the MPJ stuff, that's what we got to figure out. Is this guy retiring or does he want to be on this team? That to me is like the biggest question we need
nah, but
answered before this all season's
right, right.
over.
No, there's no
But
question with that. Like the way people misread that is ridiculous.
What do you mean it's red? He said, I want to retire in 5 to 6 years. I literally read it.
No,
That's
he
what he
he
said.
said
said 10
he
years. He
said
said 10 years.
within the
Yeah, okay,
next
so he said
10
5 to 6.
years.
He
He
said
Right.
five to
said
six.
And right, but
within the
hold on.
next 10 years.
Right,
That's
right, but
far
hold
He
on, hold
away.
on.
said
He
5
was
Right,
to
but
never
hold
going
on.
to
6.
be a net for 5 years. That never
Right,
was going to happen. He's going to be a
right.
net at the most, he might get a 2-year extension.
Right. So hold on,
Maybe.
hold on, hold on. But this is why your tweet was the topic of discussion was because if we could sign him up until Ace is going to be a free agent, that's what a net fan plan is. Sign him until Ace Bailey could be a free agent and really go after take give a hard go at getting Ace Bailey when he becomes a free agent in the next 2 seasons. So make MPJ contract match whenever Ace Bailey becomes a free agent. If that's 2 years from now, then
Nah.
he get a 2 year
If it
contract. You know what I'm saying?
listen, if you can't Breezy, if the Nets is waiting to get their wing superstar, that's why they're not filling that blank with a long-term contract of someone ridiculous like fucking Peyton Watson. That's Peyton Watson doesn't make them a winning team.
Right.
They have to find whether it's in the draft or it's in free agency. They have to find a dude that's on the level of Ant. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying
Yeah.
Ace is that. I'm not saying Ace is that. I'm saying Ace could be like a throw at the dartboard try because you didn't tank properly. You're not getting AJ. You're not getting Darren Peterson. You got a very good player who has a chance to be even the best guard in this draft. You do. But the way the NBA works now, teams to win, you need that unstoppable dude. That dude that when times get hard, your plays aren't working. Every team knows your plays. They're focused on you in the playoffs. Everybody's playing the most intense defense. You need a guy that just overcomes all that. And they
I
don't have that. They don't have that guy yet. They got nice pieces. I like our team, but in that and to replace either um Michael Porter Jr. or to replace uh, Julius Randle, you want to bring back a superstar level player because that's when you're in contention.
God,
And
you're
and they,
speaking.
and they have, and they have to be young too. They have to be able to grow up with your current group of guys,
No,
But
Pond, we're talking good facts, and I keep telling Breezy to hang on to this Ace Bailey theory because let's remember he's going to be a restricted free agent in 3 years, and given what Utah went
you
through with
can't
Walker
you
Bush,
you can't wait for him. You
man,
if you can't trade for him, you
God,
can't wait for him. You
I
have
understand
to
that, but
you
he's
have to
not going to
find
move.
your guy. I don't
Pod,
know where they're gonna get him. I don't know who's. It's not like I'm pointing to
no,
someone in free agency, but it's not 3 years.
it,
We're not gonna wait 3 years to get
no,
that guy.
I
Right, during.
understand, but it's probably not during free agency you can get this guy. Like what me and Leaf have always been on the same page about is free agency is a new free agency. The trade market is where the big deals happen. Ace Bailey, when he's a restricted free agent, there are sign and trade possibilities if he feels like they're going to underpay him before they're going to have to overpay for Darren Peterson, who is their franchise guy. So that to me is
What
the
if he
best.
doesn't play?
I can't predict those things. What I can say
No,
that we have a shot of making a move is when he's restricted free agent. You see how
this
bad these restricted free
the only
agency
reason,
deals are
John,
happening.
the only it has nothing to do with any of that. The only reason why I bring up Ace Bailey is because he is a small forward, and so is AJ DeBanza. AJ
I
DeBanza is going to play.
I
AJ,
understand
and
that, but
so
you're not
that
getting
gives
it.
I'm just looking around the NBA and saying, are there some teams that have a player that they've overdrafted or they have too many of? Can one of them shake loose and be like our SGA?
I don't
And
think we're going to get an SGA type player, but an Ace Bailey, I'm open to because the timeline fits. I'll throw Franz Wagner out there. I think that guy is underrated. I think
you
offensively,
can't
when
get
he played,
France.
no,
This
that's not an impossibility. By the way, you have to see how Orlando does this season. If they're a mediocre playing team again, they have to move off of one of those big contracts. It makes no sense to trade Suggs or Wendell Carter Jr. and lose more pieces when your biggest problem is Paulo and Franz don't gel as a duo. And MPJ and Franz's contracts are pretty similar. Like they're very similar. So if the Nets were going to go after another young player, Franz or Ace could definitely fit our timelines. Franz is only 24 years old, Pod. Like that actually
I,
works with us.
I know, but those ideas are too esoteric for me. Too
It's
many
not the
moving
way
parts. Too many.
the two firsts and Michael Porter Jr.'s contract. Like that's not a whole lot that we have to be giving
I
up, but it's still a price you got to
if
pay if
if
you want
those
to get
if
playing.
those if there was value there, he would be traded. They can't trade this dude. Like we. It's not what I'm saying, John. It's what 29 teams is telling you. We
And
don't
that's
want
where
this.
we got to move. And
We
this guy's contemplating retirement right now. I
to
agree with you. If the
to
time was to move, it'd be now at this
right.
point.
If that's the way they felt about him 2 years ago when he was only 26, how do you think they're gonna feel about him now? They
I'm not,
it's
yeah.
it's they to get him off the team, Denver had to give us a first round pick. The, and they didn't really want to take Cam Johnson back that badly. They Denver's trying to clear their books still right now they're trying to clear their books and they to get him off the team they gave a first round picks. It doesn't make sense to believe that you could get something for him. They have to be proactive. They have to go out there and find a superstar power forward, superstar small forward wing to finish this thing off. Um,
Yeah. The only two
you
that
know,
stand out are Acer or Franz. Like your options are limited in a sense, because there's not a whole lot of wings that are at that young age that fit, other than an Ace or Franz. And like you said, you want to wait to get Ace, but the only chance you can get Ace is once he's restricted free agent. You listen, Danny Ainge ain't going to trade the guy until he reaches restricted free agent, because by then
no, you
you
would
still
have to
have
offer
your.
him something gross. You'd have to. Danny Ainge would do it, but he has to fleece you.
Well, I mean, he has
And
over 10 picks. I mean, if it's like two firsts and a player, Ace Bailey hasn't been around that long to get that type of crazy value they got for Walker Kessler.
no,
Like, he always
it's
performed.
other teams don't need him as much as we do.
I
Other
agree on
teams,
that. I agree on that.
a lot of teams have young wings right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of that you just have to be opportunistic. And Sean Marks liked them in college. Obviously, maybe he didn't look like the superstar that everybody thought. But that's when you go get these players. If you believe in a player, if you went to the school 14 times to watch him play, go get him.
What's the
Go
price
get
value
him.
for Ace right now? What are you willing to give up right now for
It's
Ace Bailey?
shit. It's a you'd have to be able to like to get him out of there. You'd have to give something stupid up. It would have to be like three firsts and
Oh,
some seconds.
the seconds, I
And
don't
some,
care about seconds. I'll give him 5 seconds just to be generous if we had to get Ace Bailey. Like, that, the seconds aren't a problem. The three
it,
picks, it
for
depends on
Danny
which one they
Ainge,
pick.
to move, he wants to fleece you. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
We've gone. You would have to. eh, I personally believe in the player. Most people don't. I personally believe in the player. I think if once he grows up, he's gonna be a killer. But then again, some players don't even get that opportunity to grow up. I would take the
Right.
risk.
No,
I would take the risk. I don't know what drafting in the 20s is gonna do for them going down the road, but I would protect the picks that I could foresee are gonna be lottery picks and try to maybe package them together and get a real player up in here.
I
And
agree with you.
one that could be with them, like you want a group that could be together 5 years.
Yeah. No, I
You
agree
Yeah,
know,
with that.
I just want to let you know I tagged the Utah Jazz and the Brooklyn Nets. I tagged both of them, and I tagged Utah Jazz fans too. So
No,
hopefully that helps. I put it in the
before,
universe.
yo,
oh,
they've been attacking my timeline since you did that. Yo. They so mad, and but they can't answer my question. I'm like, do you think the best thing that could happen to Ace Bailey is for him to wait for opportunities behind AJ? And they know they can't play him. They know
they,
it. They
I
just being greedy.
the biggest thing I think that's going to push Ace away is that he never wanted you. So that was never a team he wanted. He personally told him, I didn't want to even go try out for you guys. So when he does become a restricted free agent, I think that's when the Nets could strike, because I think Ace is going to say, if I'm not getting anything close to what Darren Peterson's getting, and let's say Ace has a great 2 years before that, right? He's going to tell him, if you guys are going to pay Peterson more than me, I'm probably out of there. And by then, the Nets would have everything they need to get an Ace Bailey. Like, I'm open minded to a pot. I think Ace with Mikel Yegor, that's a very fun three you can invest in long term. And we would still have
I
picks
think
left
that
over.
Ace Bailey needs to seize the opportunity now while the team is still like in a young phase. Don't get me wrong, Keontae George, Darren Peterson, and all these other pieces that's in play doesn't mean that Ace Bailey, bro, can't play his way into the start of small forward and actually be a player and actually be a top player at his position in this league.
Who sits down?
I mean, what's they starting lineup is Peterson and Keontae George in the backcourt.
Nah, he's
Who's at
Peterson's
the
the
3, 4, and
three.
the 5? They just gave up Walker Kessler. I mean, I don't really see. Me personally, I don't really see how
He
Ace
is the
Bailey
three.
doesn't get. Yeah, he is the 3. I don't really see how he's not the
No,
3.
he's not the three.
Who is?
Hold on, I'm
Laurie?
He started there last year.
Yeah, he started there last year because Laurie was
no,
out. But I mean, like
Luka
Laurie
is the
and
four and Triple J's the five.
Triple J is if Triple J is the five, then they got a serious problem, bro. You talking about can't rebound, bro? Like I ain't gonna hold you. Listen, all I'm gonna say is this, bro. Like I think there's a youth movement going on in Utah that he's a part of. Whether Triple J may stay, I don't know if Laurie is gonna stay. I think Laurie Marketing is probably gonna be the first person out before Triple J is. But I mean, who knows, man? I just don't know how this thing is gonna be set up.
The
You know what I'm
backcourt.
saying?
The I don't know why. I don't know why I was saying what I was saying. The backcourt is Keontae and Darren Peterson.
Right.
That's that's the backcourt. The
You talking about Ace
the
Bailey,
small
not AJ DeBouncer.
right, but where what I meant to say was how does Ace Bailey get into that starting lineup? And they're saying that Laurie Markkinen is going to play center.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. They paid him the money. He became an all star there, but they got greedy. They got all of that talent. They don't know what to do with it. They gonna have him as a small. You take and when he became an all star, he was a small forward. Now you want to move him to the center. He's not gonna be as effective.
But
So
what did they get Nurkic for?
Right, it says screens for marketing because marketing
No,
is
I I understand that, but if marketing is
Last year they had Kessler.
right, marketing going to play center? I don't see that. I see marketing playing small forward.
yeah.
I don't know how Ace Bailey gets the light of day.
that's my
I
point.
I
For
don't
him to,
see
what
how
was
he
he a
does it.
number? What was he a number six pick?
yeah, he's the fifth.
He's the fifth pick, and he's coming off of the bench, and they got heavy talent in front of him. It's not like they ain't talented, but in my opinion, this is where the NBA is doing us wrong. Two of the guys we were watching, right? We was watching Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey, the number two and fifth pick. Both of them come off of the bench. Both of them will start for the Brooklyn Nets. Like, bruh, what the hell is going on, bro? These players are starters in this league, bro, and they coming off the bench. And Brooklyn Nets had their eye on both players. Give us one of them. They ain't gonna give us Dylan Harper. We got Mikel. Give us Ace Bailey, man. Dude, make it work, man. Make it happen, man. Like Ace Bailey shouldn't a fifth pick, a fifth out of the draft. They should not be coming off the bench in the NBA. I just think that you know what I mean? Teams is not waiting for a lottery pick just to get them to come off of the bench, bro. And I know the fans was
Well,
mad that we missed out on that Reed Shepard pick, but bruh, we didn't miss. The Sean Marks cooked with that one. They could have Reed Shepard. If Reed Shepard was our third pick, I will be
Nah,
pissed.
the idea is not to have Reed Shepard. The idea is to have Stephon Castle.
Right, but that's my point. Sean Marks, they was saying, "Oh, we gave Houston our third pick, and it was good that we didn't get that pick." But yeah, I did. We never had that second pick from the Spurs. That was never our pick. You know what I'm saying? But it'd been great if it was. But it was never ours to even say anything about it. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just it doesn't matter. I don't no need to cry over spilled milk. The idea is you gotta look around the league and see if there's dudes sitting on the bench that need an opportunity. And because you have all these assets, you can't tell me that you're gonna draft all these players. So, that doesn't make sense. So they should have a strategy. They should have somebody come in and just specifically decide which of these picks are have the least value, package them together, and and grab some of these a young dude that could fill in a position that could grow with the rest of them. Because we know Mikel's days is numbers. I mean, not Mikel, Michael. We know that. The, the question is, do they know that? Are they preparing for that? Do they have a player in mind?
Yeah, I think they're gonna run with Josh. Might not off of just he's here, and then they'll go from there. But I do think just the prototype of what they want from their small forward, Josh might not. He kind of checks those boxes and being athletic, and probably preferring to go downhill before taking the three, but still willing to take the three. If you're gonna play for Jordan, you got to take that three. And he's a big wing defender. He got wingspan and all of that. So yeah, the prototype of player they would want at the small is a Josh Minot. And I think, not committing to any of these players that quote unquote is unproven is dope too. I think they doing great with this off season. I think Josh Minot is going to do what Zaire Williams did, so we didn't lose there. We didn't lose out not having Jalen Wilson on the team. Like the players they let go, we not missing anything for real because Josh Minot. I think he's getting overlooked in the conversation a lot, but in the little stint that he had with the Nets, the little spurt he was open. You know what I'm saying? I think he's just somebody that's. I mean, there's nobody really on the bench that's probably going to. I wouldn't say he create his own shot. It's hard to say that. I'll take that back. But I do think that he is somebody that'll benefit from Trey R.A. speed. They try to sag off and overplay or underplay a Nolan Trey R.A. You know what I'm saying? My Josh might not could take advantage of that, go in soft spots, find open shots and soft spots on the floor. So I just think he's somebody that we kind of like don't talk about. I ain't put him on a thumbnail, no shit like that. But yeah, man, he's somebody that's gonna benefit coming off the bench. He gonna hoop. He a double digit player. I got him 10 to 14 points the next season, bro.
Here's what you guys got to look out for with Minot. He is the Nets' best motor player. The Nets lack having a guy that's end to end, that's really about that action, and you need that change of pace guy come off the bench, kind of like Jaden McDaniels. A long defender, long arms, athletic, and kind of he doesn't get his standing still. He gets his in transition, and having him to be able to play with a group that includes Nolan Traore and potentially Drake Powell. That's the most athleticism the Nets have had in a long time. If the front court was a little bit more athletic, you could think wild things can happen. But Julius Randle can lead the break. He's a pretty good passer, and he's a pretty good at starting the transition. So there's a lot possible with that crew, with Minot and that crew. That could be one of our best benches in a while.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Y'all want to speak on to Josh Minot? How y'all feel about him? Oh, y'all good? All right, all right. Uh, but yeah, man. I think. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to talk about is yo Jay. You there, Jay?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Is Ja Morant sneaker. They said New York versus New York, and I looked at the colorway. I ain't seen no Brooklyn Nets colorway. This shit like purple and all this other different colors. You seen it?
Nah, I ain't see it. But New York versus New York ain't that? I think that's a tournament.
Yeah, it is a tournament.
Okay.
It was just last week, I believe.
Yeah, so Nike be
Oh,
sponsoring all of these tournaments, so it's about that.
okay, okay. Because I seen them, they fire, but them shits was not no colors that none of the teams had. It's just like purple and them shits is fire. Them shits is fire, but I'm gonna pull them up. Them shits is not
They're the
a color.
Jaws. All the Jaws are sneakers that should have been the next Kyrie's.
These shits is tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
My
trying to
son
look for
hoops
the
in
color.
those.
Are they a good ball sneaker?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I fuck with him. I just picked me a pair of them KD 17s up too.
Them too. That's the my son has two go tos right now, and that's them two. And then he got an Adidas joint that he started rocking. I think is he don't like to admit it, but I think that's because of Mikel.
Okay, word, word. We
Yeah,
like to
he
see some Nets influence on the youth.
nah he like Mikel from before. He played in a tournament in Florida, and we seen Mikel a long time ago. That's been his hero for a minute. Uh, the Nets part is just kind of like icing on the cake, but yo, them he knows players more than I do. He'll tell me a player, and I'll be like, "Is he going to NBA?" He's like, "I think so," but he's 13, so I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't. He's my son is no what's the name of the podcast with the 13-year-olds?
The Brooklyn boys.
The Brooklyn
Oh
Boys. Yeah,
yeah,
he ain't one of them. He hoops.
those is my guys, man. Them dudes is like 40-year-old men or something. Like them dudes could do
Yeah,
my
they.
taxes, anything.
Yeah, I swear I be trying to. I be wanting my son to be like that, but he's just like, "Yo, Dad, I'm the type of nigga. You're the type of nigga that talks about ball. I'm the type of nigga that plays ball." And I'm like, "Oh shit, that's fucked up, son."
Yo, but nah, yo, I'm gonna keep it real with you. That transition, I try to make it seamless, but it's tough, bro. Go like, cause I still play a little ball, but not as much as I did. And my son play ball all of the time. So seeing the transition and not being able to like keep up with him with the consistency of going to the park, it's tough. It's tough, you know what I mean? Because I want to hoop, but I be thinking like, damn, if I get injured, I ain't gonna go to work. I be thinking all type of shit like that. So I be
Son,
having to be
im-
careful.
imagine
Hell
every
yeah.
day you got to go through two to. He's trying to do. My son tries to do 300 makes a day. 300 makes is like 600 shots. 600 shots is like 2 hours. And I'm just sitting there. It's good for me. It's good for me because I'm around basketball and I'm playing. But you, it's a young man's game. You better take advantage, Breezy. You young. If your son is hooping, you just gonna have to be out there. That's just part of it. You know.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, I'll be out there with him. Word.
Yep.
And he definitely serious. He definitely gotta be in shape to play ball, you know what I'm saying? Word. But I don't be playing with no 1v1 and no shit like that. I just be doing drills with him and training him and shit.
Nah,
Word.
Right, right.
what woke me up was boxing. You know, I'm used to like I'll punch my son, he'll punch me back. You know, it's all fun when they're 10. He's 13 now. That puberty is hitting, hair under the arms. Yo, he punched me the other day. I was like, I'm gonna have to put you out the house. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hit me like
only
that one
one.
more time.
Yeah. Yeah, you might have to go back in the day when you could punch your father like that. They used to put you on an ice raft and send you out to sea. Like so.
That's funny.
You paying bills around here now, huh? Ain't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Hell no.
in the bathroom brushing his mustache.
That's
it's
funny.
it's
Yeah,
it's a beautiful transition though to see your kid go from there to there, but he definitely think that he's the basketball everything, and I had nothing to do with it. So I let him have it. I let him have it. The, you have a daughter too, right, Breezy?
When
yeah. I got
The
one
daughter's
son, one daughter. I'm done.
that's a nice little ratio. The daughters is much different. You get a lot more love. You know what I'm saying? I I have two daughters, and at first I was like, oh, I want a son, but nah, daughters are the best.
Yeah,
daughters bring you tea when you sick. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Nah, I ain't
Son.
gonna lie to you. I ain't finna. My son be holding me down. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And my daughter, she, yeah, the daughter's love ain't nothing like it. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't even gonna hold you. Like my son, yeah, he definitely coming along. You know what I mean? He 15 years old. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
he listen, maybe not right there, but he gets it. He like a it's like he my seed in the for lack of better words. Where but I might tell him something he don't get it immediately or right away, but he eventually gets it. Like it's like listening, but it didn't register yet. You know what I'm saying? But it always registers on time. So that's my guy, man. He good, man.
Yeah.
I'm tight with my son, man. He was the
Yeah.
one telling me about 1v1 basketball, those tournament the basketball with when they having the 1v1 tournaments, and you know what I mean. Those guys, yeah, he had me watching hoop. He was what I have we be talking about hoop and shit, or
Yeah. I'm
rebound from basketball and shit.
so hopefully everybody's gonna be at practice in the park, but I'm hoping that they do it in the hood again. I'm hoping they do it at 256.
258.
258, my bad, my bad. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm hoping
yeah,
that they do it there.
bro.
Cause
I
I could
think.
just walk over there.
Bro, we
That's
seen Jadakiss perform. That's why I met you when we seen Jadakiss perform that day. We did We
yeah.
Gonna Make It. But it
Yo,
was nothing more fire than that, bro. Jadakiss performing in the middle of Brooklyn, bro. What more do you want, man? Like,
I felt like they should have got Brooklyn artists that they would have did better. Like then
Right. They
I
should have
mean,
had Fab.
exactly. Like they should have Fab. They should have had they just I could name a few other people, but the it's dope. But I hope they get somebody in there that'll explain to them that there's young new Brooklyn artists, that you could get. Hopefully not one of the drill niggas
big
get the
homie from
spot shot
Charlotte
up.
said MOP. Oh man,
But
not
MOP would be
MOP.
beautiful. MOP would be more people would come out for MOP in Brooklyn, and it would be organic.
But see, I didn't know who was coming though. When Jadakiss showed up, I didn't know he was gonna be there. Even last year when Shorty pulled up, I forget her name. I think Lola Rose or something.
That wasn't her name. I can't remember her name. I know who you talking about.
Uh,
Damn, what was her name?
but she performed, and she's from Brooklyn, so you know what I mean. I think maybe they heard the fans like,
She
"Yo,
got
get
that
them."
song, Telfie. That was
Uh,
her song, Telfie. I'm in my bag, I'm in my Telfie. But I can't remember her name.
it wasn't Lola,
Nah, it wasn't Lola because I would remember because Lola Brooke is Lola. It was something
Lola
else.
Brooke. Yeah, it wasn't Lola
It
Brooke. It
wasn't,
was someone else.
nah, it was, damn, I could probably find it. Gi- Give me a second.
Mm.
But
Yeah, but I feel like you get a better group of people at because what you want is you want to be in a community,
that's a
you know,
fact.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
you know the to that's a part of like my kids growing up is going to practice in the park. So they need to keep that. They need to keep that
Right.
going and make it better if anything, because it's worth it. They may not
Maya the
see it right
Dawn,
away,
that was
but
her name.
what's the
Yeah,
name?
there you
Maya
go.
the Dawn.
Yeah, I remember her. Yeah, that was her.
I
That
saw
was
the
her.
performance. I didn't know the name.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
her.
she had it rocking.
What do you think we got to do to make the playoffs, Breezy?
I think we got to
What's
lean
one
on up. I,
if there's one thing that you could control to happen to make the playoffs, what do you think that thing is?
pace. They got to play fast, score fast, play fast, take advantage of teams that want to play slow and play half court offense, make teams run. And you know what I'm saying? I think, that's our advantage that we a young team and we got guards that can run. We got Keon Ellis, Nolan Treyarch, you know what I'm saying? We got Mike Cal. And like I was saying before, I think Yegor being a rebounding guard is contributed to what I'm saying about pushing the pace. If he the first one with the ball off the rebound, you know, then he could just start the fast break right there. If he could, if he can't, then yeah, you set it up
But
for
they got two. They have two good rebounders in the starting lineup. They got Dayron and they got Randall. So
Mhm.
they should be all right. The
Yeah,
other guards, um, rebounding is a bonus because at 6'11", MPJ is gonna rebound. The I it's how it's what they do after the rebound that worries me. I want them to run for the first time in a long time. They
yeah.
haven't been a
Mike,
they haven't been a running team for a minute, and I think that's an advantage. Yeah, they got to take the shackles off of Kel, man. Let that kid be a superstar. Don't
for sure.
hide
Yeah.
him. Don't put him in timeouts for worried about injuries. Yo, he's 20 years old. Let him hoop. Let him
Facts.
go out there, try shit, make
Now,
mistakes.
now that you say that, yeah,
What were you
yeah, I
gonna
think
say?
they're gonna try to load manage him. Now that you I was
Uh,
thinking that they're gonna try to load manage him,
That's the worst
and he
thing to
won't,
do.
and he won't play more than like 24 to 28 minutes.
That's crazy, yo. That's they
I hope
if
not.
that I hope not. Seriously, because that's not
Right, cause yeah,
the,
'cause
the
I
way
wanted to go like how you saying, like let him go balls to the wall, like let him be him.
they did that with Damian Lillard. He came into the league and they just was like, here go to basketball, do what you do. And imagine a coach telling Damian, oh, don't take those logo threes. Don't be yourself. How you would have never gotten Dame time. He would have never developed into the monster that he is. The Nets have to
Right,
let this kid go. And
right.
and and everything else doesn't fucking matter to me. Everybody else could be replaced. Like maybe not Yegor, because Yegor, here's the thing about this relationship. Yegor couldn't be a better player to play off of of
McCall.
Kel. They just mix perfectly. It,
Right.
it the um
Absolutely.
not to bring I'm not knocking a cuff, but I'm just showing how a really really good prospect would not have fit here. Two liabilities on defense in the backcourt is no good. One
Facts.
player with the ball all the time is no good. So
Right.
in getting a player like Cal, what you're getting is the perfect like he makes everybody else possible. Right? Now you
Yeah.
can bring in Nolan and Nolan is playing on ball, and Michael is playing off ball, and nothing stops. Like the game keeps going. You could add Drake to that. You could add, Minot to that. That's but you can't get there if you tight with this kid. If you
Yeah,
getting mad because he's fucking up. This is a kid who's gonna try mad crazy passes. You got to let him go through it. You gotta point him out.
yo,
You gotta show him, yo, you was wilding right here. You see what you did, right?
You got to let him
He's
throw shit
going
at
to
the wall.
improve,
You got to let
but
him
you
throw shit
can't
at the wall.
take what makes him a great player away from him because he's young. Just let him go. And I'm
let him have
telling you,
speed.
I seen it like Zenith
Rod, can you
because
hear me?
his game is a little like Halliburton. The reason why
Oh, shit.
Halliburton kills the Knicks is because of those logo threes. It's because of how he passed. He disrupts their whole system. And the same thing could be said about Dame. Dame does that to them. It's like players that are willing to take risk and take crazy shots. They're the ones that kill in Madison Square Garden. It may not be this year, but I believe it is. Kel is gonna have
Mm,
a crazy game in MSG. That's gonna stamp him.
mm,
And I see it coming, man. I see it
Yeah,
coming. He's
yeah,
gonna do some crazy shit like get 35 his first game in the Garden.
yeah. I was saying the same thing. I said I think the way that the Nets are going to shock the world. I was connecting the dots. Randall said it to my cow. Nobody really has, you know what I mean, put much to it after that. I was on a show called Players Choice, watching Chill with Chill. A fan, not me, pulled up, said, "You know a team that's being slept on? The Brooklyn Nets. I could see them get into the play-in or the playoffs." And then it struck me. This is how we gonna shock the world. And then he was saying that we should go. We will be. He said, "I want to see the Nets versus the Knicks as the second and seventh seed." He thinks that the Nets can be the seventh seed in the playoffs, and we will see the Knicks at the second seed in the first round. Ever since he said
mm.
that, I've been I'm rocking, I'm jacking that the whole time. I'm gonna be talking that shit the whole off season, the regular season, and
This
yeah, until we
this is
see it
why
in
this is
fruition.
why how Jordy coaches is so important this year. If he does what he did last year, and maybe those other guys have less talent, you know what I mean? He can't lock those guys up for people like um um Terrence Mann. Like those days is over. You have to play these dudes and you will reap the rewards. If you put a leash on them, like it's like Gilbert Arenas said one time. You can't. Nobody's gonna be scared of your pit bull puppies when they on a leash. If you want, you take the leash off the pit bull puppies. All of a sudden, you're gonna be scared. You're gonna be worried, right? And that makes all the sense in the world. Don't put a leash on these kids. Let them go, and they'll surprise
Yeah.
you. I promise you.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I'm 100%. I would be reiterating the same thing. And I think when they do that, that's where the alpha dog gonna come in, where you can see him. You know what I'm saying? Again, taking that
Yeah,
leadership role with the
yeah.
Mhm.
opportunity that he's gonna get. Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't sleep on Yegor too. Yegor,
Nah. Don't do.
because of who's on the court, is gonna be shooting wide open. In summer league, they had to double and triple Yegor. In regular basketball, obviously the talent's gonna be much better. But the way Yegor is gonna be able to play because Randall is on the floor. If you're a defense, you got to stop Porter first, Randall second, and you also got this kid who could shoot threes. You kind of a defense has to make decisions. So if you
Yeah.
could just if you're Yegor is just gonna have nights where he just makes eight threes or something stupid like that. He's gonna challenge the 3 pointers in a game record. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And that's
Mhm.
coming. It may not be this year, but
Mm.
the way the Nets play, that's coming. In the
And
regular
all,
season, we're gonna surprise some teams. I'm telling you, we're
yeah.
gonna shoot ourselves in the games.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just
Listen.
they so young.
Right, and all I'm saying is, if I want them to be a competitive team, I'm gonna be a competitive fan. Everything I'm asking for from the Brooklyn Nets, I'm gonna be doing the same thing. So I'm gonna be a competitive fan. I'm gonna be talking my
Yep.
shit. I'm gonna be pulling up, doing the recaps. I'm gonna be consistent. I'm gonna be available. I'm gonna try to do a perfect season, Iron Man shit. Now, Iron Man fan. I'm gonna do 82 games. I'm gonna as much as I can do from here as what I would expect from the Nets as a championship or contender or
Hold
competitive
up.
team, I'm gonna be as a fan. You know what I'm saying? Big optimism. Big fan breezy, you know
That's
what I mean?
big up.
Talk that optimistic shit.
No, it's up to Jordy. Now we gonna find out about Jordy. He doesn't
Yeah.
have
Right.
the most talent in the East, but he has nice building blocks. The
His
only
page
thing
got more than one page in his playbook. The first page say 3 pointers. The second page say, man.
the second page say 3-pointer too, motion 3-pointer,
And the
Bruh,
corner
third
3-pointer.
the third page say let it fly.
it's basically gonna be 3 pointers, 3 pointers, 3 pointers.
Yep, that's that's the first, second, and third.
That's the first, second, and third page, bro. Which is
It
why,
say let it fly. Spray that
which is why I think Danny Wolf should start, bro. Like,
Cause every time I hear him in the huddle, that's all I hear. Let it fly. Spray it. Spray the
yeah.
ball.
Go go get it, Draymond. Go get it.
Nigga said, go get it, Draymond.
That's
Nigga
off.
said,
Go get it, Draymond. That's what you.
Yeah.
"Who- Whoever
That's what
that
you can
is on
hear a
our
lot.
team, bro. I listen.
Whoever's shooting at that time. This is
Yeah,
this
whoever's
is
shooting at that time, but I think
this
it's
is
gonna be.
Julius Randle's dream.
Is it?
Hell
Julius
yeah.
Randle, he's
He
been
he's gonna
dreaming
Is
to
have a
it?
be
good
on a team
season.
where he could just shoot threes from, and nobody gonna
Hell
say
yeah.
nothing to him.
Is it?
Oh my God, he's gonna
Oh,
have a season this year. Like he's
that's
gonna
how he
just do
play. You
him.
don't
Like
you don't
yeah,
watch Julius
exactly. Like
Randle?
he can't wait. Like he's
He
gonna go
said,
nuts
bro.
this
I
season.
think Julius Randle, like the thing that you want for Julius Randle is more spacing, so he could work all over the place.
No,
Like I think
Mm.
he
he
has a
want to be
midi.
he want to be
he-
closer to Melo because that's who he been practicing with.
Yeah, don't no. He's always been bully ball. That's the disciple of bully ball. But the point is he's gonna be standing on that 3-point line and he's going to take 3-pointers and he's gonna make a few too. That's just gonna open up everything. Everybody is spacing on this team.
Hold on.
On the
Yeah,
stat
yeah,
line about it.
I know that,
Hold on.
including Danny Wolf.
Leave pie. We got Jay from BK on the panel. I want to know what he think about Danny Wolf and all of this hoopla around, all the hype around Danny Wolf. Uh,
Here come Jay to come pour
Why the hell is this hoopla, bro?
sober
There's
up.
hype. There's hype around Danny Wolf.
this hype around Danny Wolf, man.
That
I got a
Bro,
whole button
our
around
roster
Danny
ain't
Wolf,
that good. I
man.
think Danny Wolf could start on this roster, bro.
It's big hype around Danny Wolf, man.
I'm not. It's a one man hype show, bro. Don't
The
nobody
one
else
man
give a
hype
shit.
train.
Don't nobody else care, bro. Until that nigga start averaging
The
20,
hype
10, and
train only
5.
got one car.
Until that nigga start
Oh,
averaging 20, 10, and 5, that's when everybody, all you niggas gonna show up.
wow.
hey, I want your lies to be true.
Right.
I just think they're lies. That's
Okay.
Yeah,
all.
yeah. Jay from
But I
BK.
want them to be true.
Bro,
You
our
hear all
whole
of this, Jay from
franchise is a
BK?
lie, bro. It is what it is.
Yo,
20,
I
10, and
I was
5, man.
laughing. I was laughing so hard because you just threw me an alley oop like Spencer Dinwiddie used to throw alley oops, yo, and it went into the
That
third
shit went
row.
into the
Like
stands.
it ain't catch me at all, yo. Danny Wolf, what? Yeah.
Yeah, we
It's
gotta
crazy,
hear your
bro.
Yo,
thoughts,
As
man.
shit as our roster is, bro. Niggas only believe in two niggas in the
thank
backcourt.
you. Thank you. And that's why, yo, y'all are confusing me, but I'm laughing so hard. This roster stinks, yo. And realistically, yo, like y'all talking about Danny Wolf. You know, one of the problems I have with him, what role is he gonna play? And the reason why I say that is look at the way the roster is constructed right now. We don't have any big men. Like
Nope.
we have Day Day, who's a power forward playing center. Mo
Mhm.
Wagner is a power forward playing center, and then Danny Wolf is going to be a power forward playing center.
Small
Nobody else.
forward.
Well,
He ain't that,
hey,
bro. Like he
he's
don't
Big
believe
been
that
five,
shit.
man.
no, Eve. I'm with you. He was our point guard at different times last season. Like,
Yep.
how are they going to deploy these people? And like, I don't disagree with the idea of Danny Wolf starting. The problem is There's so many people saying that Day Day has earned the right to start. You don't earn anything, man. I mean, excuse me, you don't earn anything by not actually earning it. Being on the team doesn't mean you've earned it. And the way the roster is constructed, like y'all talking about what y'all think Mikel gonna be able to do. He did something in the summer league that made me smile. That's so antithesis to what the team is about. When we played Sacramento, and that was a game I took my sons to. When he told the coaches that he was guarding Darius Acuff Jr. And
Right.
the coaches admitted that they didn't have him guarding him.
Yeah,
It's
take
like, why
all.
do y'all want to duck smoke? Like, why y'all like this? He had to tell them, no, I'm guarding him. And
Love that.
that's the type of attitude that I need him to have, though. Even with these Julius Randle, Michael Porter Jr., everybody, I need him to tell them, yo, it's my team. You gonna do exactly what I say on this court. It's my team. He need to really be that alpha type player. And you don't take a
But
backseat to anybody.
don't
You
Jordy
better
have
than
to empower
I
that
think
though?
Jay. I think
Don't
Jay, you
Jordy have to give him that license though?
you
not
know
not
what?
just Jordy, but the front office, bro. Like because they don't want nobody being bigger than the program. This is one
They
of the
don't.
one of the reasons, bro, why he was picked because he's a good fit to what Jordy wants to do. Let's remind ourselves, Jordy was the first person that got extended in the offseason. Not none of these players, bro. Not Dayron, not none of these players that been on the
But he
team. It
got
was the
extended for a
coach.
reason, I think. Yeah, because I was talking to P about this on Stir the Pot. I feel
Uh
like
huh.
Right.
his extension was more about the fact that the team was trying to tank, and if you like, I see the conversation going like this. Yo, y'all are making my first few years as a head coach look terrible. Look at my
Right.
numbers. How am I gonna get a job anywhere else if y'all got me losing every game? And they
Right.
saying you don't need a job nowhere else. We're extending you. You're good.
Right.
You're
Right.
good here.
Right. And to add to what Jay's saying, I
Jay,
think
I
hold
explained
on, hold on, hold on.
exactly that a
Right.
while ago. That they
Right. I
should
said
have,
the
and not
same
only
thing.
that they did that, but they should have
Right.
done that too when they started tanking. They should have extended them.
Right, but the reason why I was saying it Tupac was because they offering him lottery picks. They like we asking you to build this franchise with lottery picks, not no free agency. We're not asking you as a new head coach to pull this together and do it through free agency. And for what it's worth, from his rapport, he got MPJ because his relationship with him with the Nuggets, and he got Keon Ellis because of the relationship he had with the Sacramento Kings. So he did get two good players just off of the strength of who he is. So, and that's in the free agency. And to Jay's point, yeah, I think they promised him the lottery picks. Like, yo, we're not asking you to compete these first 2 years with the roster we got. We're going to go into the draft these next 2 seasons. We need you to be on board for that. And once if you are, we're going to sign you. And I think they made good on their word to Jordy Fernandez, and they wanted him to be the biggest voice in the locker room, opposed to a superstar. So by giving him the contract before the players, I think that a message was clearly sent that Jordy Fernandez got a lot of pull and say, and you know what I mean. We playing basketball the way he want to play the game. You know what I mean?
Which is
He
one of
he
the reasons
actually
why
did.
I go back to Danny Wolf. It fits to a aesthetic and a skill set. We all know Julius Randle ain't staying here. So 9 times out of 10, you gotta find a replacement. The replacement ain't gonna be in free agency because we already know the front office, bro, is basically cheap, and they proved it this year. And they trying to create a flexibility. Only reason why I want Danny Wolf to start, bro, this year, bro, is to get him accustomed to starting minutes because eventually he's most likely going to be the starting four on this team next year.
Oh, we gonna stink. If he's the starting forward, then we are going to stink next year.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Then I guess everybody is in discussion that we gonna stink. I'll be the only nigga in the doghouse,
I
bro. Like that's fine with me, bro. Like because when the niggas
I
start
just don't
doing
see
shit,
how he
every
starts though. Like, how does he start over Randall?
Wait,
no,
that's
I'm
wait.
not
I was
talking about over
confused.
Randall. I'm talking about when
Okay,
Randall finally goes because everybody know Randall
Randall
is
here
not
for two
staying
years,
here.
but Randall here for 2 years, right?
Randall is here for
Randall.
1+1, bro. He got a
He
player
got.
out.
Yeah, he gonna take that because he's not getting that
He
money
gonna
over
love
for
it
free
here,
agency.
bro. He gonna
He's
love it
he's
here. I expect
basically
him to
he's
be here a
basically
while.
Dennis Schroeder right now. where he knows he's playing for another contract. So you'll hear him say things that he doesn't really believe because he's trying to get the bag, and I respect it.
That's true. But but listen, MPJ was
And
trying to do
and
the same
and
thing
Dennis
last
Love
year.
living here though. Dennis Love living here. He thought he was gonna be here for a while. I don't know who tricked him,
He
but
His
also knew
agent, and
that
nobody tricked him, bro. Like he knew he wasn't gonna be here, bro. Like I don't know what made him believe that, bro. Like yo,
no,
you was
he knew
playing.
we had money. That's
Yeah,
why he knew we
everybody
had
know we
money.
got money.
That's why no,
Everybody
that's
know
why
we
all
got
of these
money.
guys do that because they know we not getting a big free agent to just randomly sign here. So
Yeah,
they
of
like, yo, somebody got to spend money on somebody.
yeah, but they spending money on the niggas that's not demanding no
Oh,
5 year,
I'm
280
not
something million
disagreeing with
dollar
you at all.
contract.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all. And that's the thing about the number 8 pick last year and the number 6 pick this year is those two guys are going to put this organization in a position, and hopefully this general manager is not here because he doesn't believe in giving any of his draft picks a big second contract. Everybody who signed a second contract, literally everybody who signed a second contract, has taken a team discount.
I mean,
Everybody, and that goes
but
back to CLV.
how many of them
I,
draft
I
picks was
I
top
don't think
10
that's
though?
gonna happen this time though.
How many of them draft picks was
I
top
think
10
these
though?
are
Because we only
I
got
don't.
two of them.
I don't
I
think
think this
that
is his
that you
baby.
know. I don't think the top 10. I don't think that's a fair assessment of it. And here's why: there's a number of players who have been picked after the Nets had picks who have gotten max contracts. Tyrese Maxey is one of them. Jaden
Mm-hmm.
McDaniels is another one.
Mm-hmm.
Desmond Bain is another one. Like
Mm-hmm.
there are a number of guys who were not lottery picks, who were picked after the Nets had picks, who have gotten max contracts.
I mean, but
We just don't do
those
that.
those players that you named, Jay, bro, like they all been playing for winning teams from day one since they got there, bro. Like let's be honest, when Desmond Bain contributed handily to that Memphis team that had Dylan Brooks, John Morant, and Triple J. Uh,
No, I
um,
agree, but do you know the difference? Do you know why? The reason why these guys have been playing for winning teams is just like the way those teams do. They actually played these guys as rookies. They played these guys as second year players. Tyrese Maxey went to the number one seed in the East. He played as a rookie. He started as the second year guy. And I'm not advocating for Cam Thomas when I say this, but Cam Thomas came to us and they didn't want to play him. He was literally in the same situation that Tyrese Maxey was in. The difference is Philly did not use we a contender. We can't play him.
right,
They didn't
right.
use that as an excuse. They
Remember,
actually just played him.
remember we had Steve Nash as the head coach. Number one, number
Oh, he's an
two.
idiot.
You're
I,
right,
Yeah,
right. Remember
his
we had
playbook was
Steve.
a coloring book.
Yeah, bro. I mean, bro. Anybody, bro. Listen, but I think they thought that shit could be on automatic and they could win, bro. Anybody could have thought that at the time. It was what it was. Listen, Cam Thomas not playing right after the season, right after we somehow not lose to the Milwaukee Bucks, who won it all, bro. Like that, the indictment was starting to happen within the friction of the franchise, and it started to happen. The layers was coming off. James Harden didn't really want to be here anyway, bro. Like, so he got out the very next year and the very next offseason. And then the very next offseason after that, that's when Kevin Durant and Kyrie packed their bags. You know what I'm saying? And that's when we realized that this franchise, bro, from the front office really didn't have a plan. Kevin Durant and Irving chose us. That's what happened.
And it
So
had nothing. It had nothing to do with Sean Morris. It's
And
one of
nothing.
Ky-
my. It's
and
one
Zero.
of my
Ky-
Zero.
biggest
Zero.
peeves.
Zero.
Is
the
when
crazy
Zero.
is
part
when
I
is
people
agree
that
with you.
say
Kyrie
I
is the one who
100% agree with you.
chose, and they disrespected him the whole time.
right,
But Kyrie is the one who chose it.
right,
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
and 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 unfortunately, the owner didn't take that as okay. I need to hit a reset button and start fresh, and we're gonna start my program. He just it's as if he's trying to prove a point. See, I was right. I kept Sean Morris, and we're beyond that. so many blown opportunities because Sean Marks is a mediocre GM. He if if the only thing that bothers me about Michael becoming a superstar is that people are gonna be like, "Oh, Sean Marks is a genius. He was smarter than Stephen A. Smith. He picked Michael, and Michael turned the Nets franchise around." Now we all know that's not what happened, but that's what's gonna happen. Y'all,
No,
he's
you
gonna
know
go ahead.
a part of what y'all saying though, and this is where I don't think for the most part Nets fans are in agreement that we should not have drafted five guys last year. But this is where I need them to use MBJ differently than they used the eighth pick last year and the rest of the rookies because there's no reason why you had a number of these rookies play a majority of the season for the Long Island Nets. Like we were
Right.
tanking. It did not hurt to have guys here playing. Like Terrence Mann should not have been playing over whoever. Because and Terrence Mann was our de facto point guard for a good point part of the season.
I'll be honest with you, bro. Like a lot of what you're saying. Listen, in theory, I definitely agree with Terrence Mann shouldn't have been playing. However, nobody pays attention to the first 17 games when Danny Wolf was averaging 10 points and averaging 41% from three, bro. Like, and then he got benched. Nobody pays attention to that. A nigga
He,
like me, I pay
he shouldn't
attention
have
to
got
it because
benched.
I'm not.
He shouldn't have got benched. They should have played. They should have played through
They should
mistakes.
have played,
They should
but
have.
the
They
thing
should have.
was,
If they could have lost 20 straight, they should have played. They would have gotten better. There's nothing that you could do that replaces NBA speed. Nothing. There's no training. There's no time in G League. None of that shit makes you prepared for what is you're
I
gonna see in the
100%
NBA.
agree, but at the same time, bro, like what I'm trying to tell people is a lot of these rookies was pulled in so many different directions, bro. And
They
Danny
were.
Wolf was and Danny Wolf was ahead of the pack, bro. Like he came in the first game and they put him to the Wolves against Giannis, and then they seen some flashes, and they seen some thrives, and they seen this a lot of things that affect the box plus minus, bro, like and a lot of the PR stats, bro, like that a lot of people don't want to look at. And they saw all of that, and then they said, yo, we're gonna nerf your minutes because it looked like, bro, we could win with some of these things. These players is getting better at a great rapid rate. The problem was is that they didn't, not only did they not know how to tank, bro, they was incapable of knowing how to tank.
No,
That's the real problem.
they knew how. They just went away from it early. They start a lot of Nets
And
fans don't realize the number eight pick did not start when the season started. He came off the bench and they had Ben Saras starting. He started.
that's
He was
correct.
our starting point guard.
But
Ben
they was
Yeah,
Saras
saying
was
that
And
that
starting.
he
is it an
and they
it
injury?
was that
I don't
foot
know.
they
injury though.
saw
It was that
Because
foot
who was
injury.
injured. Who was injured?
They say Diego had some plantar fasciitis. They was talking about his foot the whole
right,
time.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
no, they lied when they said that because he played in the first game. He started the season. He was
Yeah, but
on the
I think
court
he
in
played
the
through
first
that
game.
pain. I think he played through the pain though. He looked like he was
Then he could have started. That's my point. If you go and here's how I know they lied about that because they said that he had it in the summer. They did not mention it at all for about 3 4 months. And then sometime around February, they mentioned it again when he was playing bad, and then he was just out for the season. It's like, come on, man. Don't if you gonna say somebody has an injury, stick to that injury. The Nets kept saying that there were different injuries that people had, so you don't know what to believe. And nah, man, they did not mention anything about his foot for at least 3 months.
you playing.
If you gonna do this, somebody is injured, you keep it that that person is injured with that thing. You can't just randomly bring it up 3 4 months later and act like it's been here all the time. No, it hasn't. It has not. They made some of that stuff up, but I'm going back to where they started Ben Saras at the beginning of the season, and they did that partially because you saw how many months they were talking about he was the best looking rookie. They said that from the summer. Yo, he's our best looking rookie. And then training camp, he's our best looking rookie. They were priming you to let you know that he was going to start. And then when the real game started and they were playing against real competition and not against each other, they showed you he was god awful
Dirt.
and that he had no business being out there. But that's the thing. They played kid gloves with all five of the rookies in many different respects.
We
They
we,
played
we
kid gloves with all of them. They can't do that with MBJ. He got to play, man.
I
Facts.
agree with you. Yeah, he definitely got to
Hold on.
play.
Hold on. I'm actually ending off on that just because I gotta be up early. But yeah, man. Shout out to Leaf. You already know to subscribe to Leaf at Leaf 4788. Shout out to Jay from BK, Black Man is Fair, Podthorn, Don't Rush Greatness. This is JTV. Subscribe to This is JTV and tap into his music. Subscribe here, man. I've seen 31% of people watching not subscribe. Is Big Media watching Big Fair and Breezy? Huh? What's going
Yeah, they
on, man?
are.
What y'all got going on? 31% is a whopping number. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can, yeah, y'all can easily subscribe, man. But shout out to all the Nets fans. We the best fans. I see ya. We're gonna be back with more content really soon. Peace, y'all.